Yeah, I don't know. I thought that was an interesting bit that
Well, it's
they
very
even
interesting.
brought that up, like that they actually had the conversation about Luke Skywalker going evil, and Mark Hamill was such like a big fan of that idea that long ago, and
I
J.
think
Abrams was there to hear it with
I
before
think
he
Mark
even got
just wanted
involved.
to play the role with more meat on the bone.
Right, right,
Because Luke is kind of the most boring guy in Star Wars.
Oh, I
sure.
strongly disagree with that. Oh,
I
I definitely disagree with
I
that.
mean, of the original trilogy.
I still very strongly disagree. Well, I mean, of course, of the original trilogy. He's not in the other trilogy, so of course.
Well, no, but I just mean like, obviously there are way more boring guys in the other movies. But I think like of the main cast, like Han and Leia,
Oh, yeah.
and like.
Well, I
Vader,
know IG-88's probably not in
side
that pool of
stuff.
people you're talking about, but that just if he turns evil, then that whole decision, that whole pinnacle point of Return of the Jedi to not kill Vader means dick.
Yeah,
Now, I'm
but
not saying it can't work, but they need a fucking good writer. It would
the thing
take an
about
amazing writer
like
to do it.
main heroes in Star Wars, though, is anytime one of them turns to the dark side, they eventually get turned back.
That might be the worst thing ever. Because if they're going to make Luke a villain, make Luke a fucking villain. Let's get rid of this Lucas poetry bullshit. You know, I don't want to see that again. I want to see something. I want to see a good movie. I don't want to see.
I mean, I don't
Yeah.
think it's gonna turn to me. I think Luke will have sort of an Obi-Wan-ish role.
I'm in the middle between you and Cyborg. I think it's very possible. I think Abrams knows deep down that's probably not what the fans want. Oh, what's up, Django? What's going
So
on?
we just started not too long ago, about a minute ago.
Yeah, we're like a minute 15 into the
We've,
show.
we've been talking about Star Wars because it's much less depressing a universe than Mortal Kombat.
Though I feel like as fans we've been dicked around just as much.
Yeah, there are definite parallels.
Yeah, Star Wars is much better than other stuff we got going on. Today, specifically, did you guys see that Superman trailer?
Yeah, I liked it. Did you not like it?
I like the first 2/3 of it.
You didn't like the Doomsday stuff, I'm guessing.
No, he looks like a Ninja Turtle.
Yeah, that's what I said.
That's interesting.
It's a common meme
Well,
going around,
I have
but
seen
yeah.
the comparison. Like,
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of meme pictures out there where it's a picture of him, Abomination from Incredible Hulk, Michelangelo from...
Yeah, I saw that
Right,
one.
right.
Yeah. I mean, it does literally look like they gave, like,
I feel like...
dead body side the turtle ooze.
Yeah. The eyes being all weird and far apart, like the big, bulky brow, it really reminds me of a Lord of the Rings troll. That's what keeps coming to mind for me.
Ooh.
I just wanted a beard.
I'm just like, is that shit necessary? Do you really need Doomsday in this movie?
Well, we didn't even in the trailer.
People were
People
already gonna come and see this movie. Doomsday is not selling any more tickets than weren't already sold.
Here's the thing from my perspective, I guess, is as a fan of, like, my favorite Superman story is Death and Return.
Yep.
Seeing Doomsday used in any capacity that doesn't involve him killing Clark bothers me, because it means now they can't do that story.
Can you not come back in like a future movie though and do that?
But if they beat him now, then the next time he shows up, it's going to be, oh, it's that guy again, you know?
They beat him together though. Well, there's not even
know.
necessarily a guarantee that they beat him either. Maybe he runs off because there's 3-on-1. He runs off because
That's not how they usually do movies, man. The bad guy dies at the end, even if...
Well, that's like a...
Sure.
almost like a...
But if he doesn't show up till maybe 2/3, maybe it's just a setup for the next movie. Maybe like Cyborg and Green Lantern and Aquaman pop in at the last second just to be like, you know what, stay out of here. And Doomsday's like, fuck you.
just like that. Just like that.
As he's leaping away, fuck you.
Just gets quieter as he goes into the horizon. Yeah, I would really
If
like...
it's Michael Shannon's voice, I will be totally down for that.
I will fuck you.
I will find him!
Dude, I was going to say that earlier, man.
He
When you
gets
said
covered
that,
in a giant
fuck
dildo and flies into space.
Well, Cyborg said that Michael Shannon, when he completely spoiled the fact that Doomsday was in the movie, I think Cyborg says it along the lines of, you know, like, Shannon was just kidding. Like, Michael Shannon said, I'm just kidding. So I'm like, did he say it like, I'm just kidding? Like, that would have been fucking legit.
I'm just kidding!
I'm just kidding.
They're
But,
dragging him away. Fucking.
I know. I really want the movie to be good. I mean, I think
my other thing I was going to say is that ask yourself what villain really needs Superman and Wonder Woman to double team him. I can't.
that sounds kinky.
I just
I'd
need
watch it.
like you need to have those two in Batman, like to bring the Trinity together to fight a single bad guy. You got to have a really good bad guy, or a really powerful, bad guy, and they haven't really established anybody else in that
See
universe.
that scene more than anything.
I don't feel like they needed that in this movie, though.
That scene more than anything of the Trinity right there.
The thing. Like this movie didn't need Wonder Woman in it, is the thing. But they want to really get to the Justice League and catch up with Marvel.
They're definitely
as
trying to
fast as
rush
possible
stuff.
because they've been dragging their fucking feet for a decade.
Right. Especially with the movie being called, the wife pointed this out, the movie being called Batman versus Superman, but in the trailer, it shows them teaming up at the end. It's like,
Well, it already kind of
what's the point, you know?
Well,
That's why I
everyone.
hated the trailer, though. It's precisely. Well, what's up, Cyborg?
Well, I'm just saying, everyone knew they were going to team up at the end eventually.
No, yeah,
though.
totally. Everyone knew it.
But yeah, they didn't need to show that in the trailer. I agree. That's just
No.
that should have been the big like everyone stands up. See, what I was going to say earlier is the Trinity moment where Wonder Woman saves Batman and they're all three standing there and they just look badass. That should have not been in the trailer because that's a movie moment when you're in the theater that you just like you smile at. You did not. That should not have been in the trailer. Like that would have been a big deal if you saw that first in the movie.
There's always like the moments that are like
Ruined
like
in
this happens
trailers.
a lot with comedy movie trailers where the best line in the movie is in the trailer.
Yeah,
It's just something that happens.
right.
It's like you want to lead with your best material to get to.
People would have
that
seen
people will
this.
think,
though.
oh, the movie is full of those moments.
Yeah,
Well,
people.
I don't mind the best moment being in the trailer. I mind putting the whole 3-act outline into the trailer. That's what really
They really
bothers
did.
me.
Well, yeah, but
Which
yeah,
is funny
like,
because that is like three thirds of the trailer are pretty much 3 acts.
Yeah,
You can
exactly.
see it pretty clearly.
Yeah,
I think with a trailer for a movie that people don't know what to expect, it can pay off to let them know this is what the plot's going to be. This is why you should come and see it. Because my favorite trailer of all time is for Sam Raimi's first Spider-Man movie, and that spoils fucking everything.
yeah. I mean,
But
it
as a
just
Spider-Man
depends.
fan, before I went to see that movie, I needed to know that it got Norman Osborn right. That it got his, the relationship between him
Right,
and
and
Peter and Harry.
that's the thing. Like,
That's
if,
what
if,
made
if,
me love that movie so much, want to go see it so much, because I could see right in the trailer, this is just like the comics.
Which Spider-Man?
First,
The first ones.
Okay, I heard Spider-Man 3 for some reason.
No, I said one.
Ooh.
Well,
Willem
as much
Dafoe.
as I
Willem Dafoe, Green Goblin.
No, I'm a fan. I just saw John Wick, actually. Good shit.
It's a good movie.
No, as much as I don't like Spider-Man 3, I really did like the final fight between... I don't like how it ends, but I like the final fight between Venom and Spider-Man.
I
was
like Spider-Man 3.
I'm not a fan.
No, I mean it's not
The final
amazing.
fight was.
It's not amazing.
You're
It's
right,
not.
Amazing Spider-Man 2 was even worse.
No, I'm just saying it's
It's
not like
really-
an amazing movie. It's not a great movie, but it's still a fun movie. I thought.
This is the thing that's weird about Batman versus Superman. I agree with what you said about like showing. You have to show stuff to get put butts in seats and shit.
Right.
But all they had to do was reveal that fucking title like 6
Right.
years ago, Batman versus Superman, whenever
Yeah.
it was. Tickets were sold. You did
No,
not
I
need
know,
to see
yeah.
them teaming up. You did not need to see Doomsday.
sells
Doomsday's
itself.
not selling
Yeah.
tickets.
I think there are people in the audience who had worries about this movie.
Oh, I
that-
have.
the
I had
whole-
worries.
The whole film, for example, that the whole film would be dark and depressing, so they had to put some comedy in the trailer.
Yeah, I noticed that.
And I'm glad for that. Lex is the worst fucking part. But
And they destroy the
that
city.
bit at the end where Batman and Superman look at each other and go, "Is she with you? I thought she was with you." That's at least a little. That's lighthearted. It's like this is not going to be another fucking downer like Man of Steel was.
I think they could have minimized it, though. Like, I think you would have had the same effect if they just showed Batman open up the Batmobile and he sees Doomsday and he goes, "Oh shit!" Like that was the comedy I would kind of that would have appeased my soul. But here, let me make a laundry list of good things in the trailer. Here's one thing that really made me want to see the movie. Number one, by far, is gray Batman suit. I didn't like the armored suit in the original trailer. The gray one looks so good.
You didn't
It
like
almost
Lego
has-
Batman?
No, I don't. I don't like the.
It is Lego
dark-
Batman, isn't it?
It is.
It reminds me of the Dark Knight.
It's the Dark Knight Returns
and
one.
I don't like that costume.
Well, yeah.
I
See,
just
that's
don't
that's
like
another
it.
thing I was gonna say. I think the reason the trailer ends on the team up shot is so people who were afraid that this movie would be just like Dark Knight Returns, that the whole movie is the two of them fighting,
Right.
would be relieved. Oh, they do team up. Okay.
Wait, what do you like? That's not gonna keep anybody from coming to see it. If it was like a direct film adaptation of The Dark Knight Returns, people would be fucking coming to see that.
Either way, it's going to sell itself. I mean, I don't think that needs to even be argued. It's Batman movies, and Batman movies especially, are really extremely popular.
I
And
think
Superman.
You want a little more goodwill, because there's always a contingent of fans who are like, first of all, there's still a lot of people bitter about how Man of Steel turned out. It was not the movie we wanted it to be.
Boo!
Well, I think it was a turd, but that's just my opinion.
It was 2 Doomsdays out of a 3 or something.
I
Yeah,
liked
that's a really good score. Why did you give
It was
such a high score?
it was a poop.
I liked
Trying to
it.
make a poop joke.
I liked it, but we've already had that discussion.
Yeah, we had that offline. Sorry, fans and
Man,
listeners.
yeah, I would have loved just to gone and seen, first act, Batman or Bruce Wayne versus Clark Kent, and then Batman versus Superman, and then end it there-ish. Like, so much is, yeah, for the trailer, but for the movie in general, I don't need Doomsday.
See, I don't
Now.
even think they're using this movie as to be like tell a great story. This is clearly just a setup movie. They're just trying to get all their ducks in a row so they can start doing everything Marvel's doing. I do not. That's probably why they showed all the 3 acts. Is they're not using
Yeah, but,
this
I
as
mean-
like a big surprise, a big shocker to tell a great story. It's more like
There is an element where they're trading on they fight in this one too. Like the whole title,
Right.
it's called Batman
Yeah.
versus Superman
Yeah.
instead of say Batman Superman World's Finest.
right. They definitely shot themselves in the foot there. They should not have used that title and then showed this trailer of them clearly getting over their fighting and then battling something else. That was a poor mistake.
I don't know. Again, it doesn't bother me. I just think they're trying to have their cake and eat it too, is what it is. They want to have every iconic thing that people are looking for.
Right.
Because there's people who want to see Batman and Superman fight. There's people who want to see the heroes team up and beat the bad guy together. And then you have to serve a lot of different masters when you do a crossover movie.
Well, that's why I give so much praise to the gray Batman suit, because not only is it the gray Batman suit, but if you look how kind of like his build reminds me a lot of the exaggerated, like, huge shoulder build of the
Yeah.
animated series. Like,
Yeah,
I'm surprised they went for that.
He's very thick. It's.
I think he looks the most like Batman out of any of them.
Oh yeah, well, even as
Oh, yeah, that's
Bruce
not even-
Wayne,
Yeah,
he looks
as
really
Bruce
good.
Wayne. Yeah, he looks exactly like the
Yeah.
animated series Bruce Wayne.
See,
It's
that's
perfect.
what's weird to me is okay. Like Batman, super looks like fucking Batman from the comics. Superman pretty much looks like Superman from the comics. Wonder Woman, pretty loyal to the comics. And then you've got this fucking tiny nerd with long hair Lex.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you've got like fucking Suicide Squad's characters. What? Like, these guys don't match.
Yeah, that
I
is
don't
odd.
think Wonder Woman looks good at all. I'm looking at her right now. She looks like she's cosplaying.
I think she looks good, but I just wish she was I just wish she was bulkier and more like thick. She needs to be an
Gal
Amazonian,
Gadot is
but
maybe not the best actress to pick.
but she looks good as the
like complaining that she's too skinny.
Well, Wonder Woman, at least from the animated
Passable.
series, isn't super like
No, she's pretty
fluffed
thin.
out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, she's usually like she's not She-Hulk. That's a thing. Like,
But
she
in
doesn't
most
that
of
would be
her,
a
have,
fun
have
movie.
muscles. Her strength is supernatural.
Well, she's got like a 3-inch waist, but I guess it's the animation.
yeah,
the
in most
series, but-
adaptations of her, or just in the comics in general, she's usually like a bigger woman, more
I wish.
imposing.
Yeah, I wish she was taller. Like, she's not human. She's Amazonian. So
Yeah,
she
Yeah,
doesn't
but-
have to
but
be
just
human
in
size.
terms of the costume, I think the costume is as good as it could be.
Oh yeah, the costume looks fine. I wish there was more.
Like
I
I,
just-
really
wish she was
like
wearing
that
those
they didn't
pants,
make her
actually.
Pants. I like that it's like a war skirt, like an armor skirt.
I really
I
like
like
the
the
exposed
front
thighs. I think they look really good.
Well, that's why they put them in the movie.
Yeah, no, I'm a fan. I think she looks amazing. I have no complaints.
You know, she looks good. Like I said, if I could change one thing, I would like her to be like bigger and bulkier. But it's not like that's not a make or break. I think she looks fine.
taller. I want to see her taller.
Well, you gotta be careful when we
I'm
say
not
bigger
saying make her
and
4 feet
bulk.
and just like Hulk-like.
Taller. Bruce Wayne was taller than Clark Kent in almost all the shots. That was interesting.
Yeah.
I
By
just
a decent
Batman
margin.
is probably the type of guy to wear lens.
Is he insecure about himself?
Although
It's part of the
Ben
suit, it's
Affleck
part of the
in real life is
intimidation.
like 6'4".
Yeah,
He's a big dude.
he is a big dude.
I want to be very careful with the whole bigger and heavier Wonder Woman because she always looks feminine in every rendition. And so I'd rather have the femininity than have the fucking
Well, no, you don't want her to be extremely muscle bound, but there's a
Yeah.
different. There's a nice. It's like a toned builder
You
look,
want her to
but
look
she
like a
needs.
human being and not like a skeleton with skin like a
Right,
Superman
right.
does.
If she was taller and had a little bit thicker thighs, she'd probably look perfect. That's
Well, I
honestly
will,
what it is. It's usually the thighs. That's Wonder Woman doesn't have like this ginormous body, but she fucking has like thunder thighs. She has like
which is good. I'm a fan of that, but that's not the point. The thing is that with
She's not.
I think she's
Chun-Li.
sufficient in that. She actually
she is
does
kind
have
of
a
like
built-out
Chun-Li.
body.
Her she usually looks like Chun-Li, like in the thigh department.
Think they'll make her fly?
It's not that exaggerated.
Well, Capcom, yeah, is very exaggerated, but it's
Yeah,
still.
Capcom is very exaggerated.
You said that very creepily.
I'm
My penis
practicing,
knows
damn
it.
Did you know that Turkish people have hair that's made out of a blue helmet?
What?
If they don't, they should.
That's Capcom exaggeration for you.
It looks like at the end of the trailer, Wonder Woman's in her Injustice stance. The
Yeah.
one where she's not floating, the
Yeah.
other one.
The
If they do
sword
stance
shield
changing in
one,
the
she's
movie,
holding a
that's
sword
actually
and
pretty
shield.
sick.
'Cause she is holding a sword and shield. That's true.
If they
Yes.
wanted a more Injustice-y Wonder Woman, they should have casted Tim Curry. That's a huge.
Ooh.
The
I
fuck?
still like. I want promo art Wonder Woman, Evangeline Lilly.
You see, you guys were fucking complaining about the thighs in this rendition, but in fucking Injustice, I'm like, where the fuck are my Thunder thighs? These are bullshit thighs.
No, I agree
And
with
Tim
you.
Curry's face is
Well,
on
it's just they
it.
put her in pants. They made a mistake.
If you could only have one thing, would you take Tim Curry's face with the thighs or the thighs?
Or
no thighs and no
Actually-
Tim Curry.
no thighs and no Tim Curry.
Okay.
I'm still sane.
If she could have Tim Curry's voice, that would actually work for me.
Everyone should have Tim.
Elijah, Nigel Thornberry smashing.
I was actually thinking more like the bad guy from Brutal Legend. He did that voice. That was good. Like
Well, there's a
whenever he
Facebook
plays like the
meme.
devil or something.
There's a
not
meme
an
that
easy-
says you can judge a person based off what movie they know Tim Curry from. Does everyone want to go around?
Well, I'm thinking It, so
Okay, Django,
or Clue.
Oh shit! I have two. I don't know which one to pick.
pick, go. Go. Go.
You
Go.
want to say Rocky Horror
Nice.
Picture Show.
Yeah,
Nice.
I have three, but Rocky Horror is the obvious answer.
I'm
I
gonna
wanted to say
Clue.
Rocky Horror, but I went.
It's
I
Clue
went with
or
Congo.
Home Alone 2.
Yeah,
Dude,
Home
but
Alone 2
Congo's
is
a
good.
good fucking
Yeah.
choice, dude. The diamonds are here. Like that's good shit.
No,
Fuck.
the diamonds are here.
But Clue is definitive Tim Curry, in my opinion. Like, when I think Tim
he's
Curry, I
good.
think Clue. That's one of my favorite movies ever made, honestly.
I was
love
thinking
Clue.
It, or those are my two. But so yeah, how about Civil War?
Civil
I just
War
want
is.
to point out. I just want to point out the other thing that's funny in this trailer is they again destroy the city.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of fucking damage going on.
And,
Like
I think when my prediction was right, the reason why this movie got pushed back an extra year when it did, all this fucking CG, I knew it was going to take forever to render. I'm seeing CG everywhere.
yeah, well,
Yep, unfortunately. That's like my biggest complaint with the Avengers too. I do not like that much CG.
I really
let's
like
not
that
talk
movie.
about Avengers 2. I want to be happy right now. Let's talk about Civil War.
Really? Because I watched that movie on repeat. I fucking love
Ugh, oh my god. Let's not get started on that again. Jeez.
it. Civil War. Let's do
I
it.
really hope they have a good example or a good reason why Lex Luthor is so pissed off at Superman. Like they have one movie to establish the character and his personal grudge against the dude, and then he makes Doomsday. It's all the same fucking movie. This is loco.
Well, Lex, like, here's the thing. If I was making Superman movies, my first film, my origin story film, the bad guy would be Metallo, created by Lex. And this is just that, but a different bad guy. Lex is a guy who makes other villains because he's very rarely in the fight himself.
Yeah, I'm glad that the Facebook kid didn't get a mech suit.
Yeah, like I don't see Jesse Eisenberg wearing the mech suit. It's kind of a I don't know.
I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing it, but it might be a little funny.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean,
oh my God, bless you, or something.
Yeah, coughing for a month and a half.
I guess. I mean, Lex's motivation isn't hard to get right. He's jealous of the attention, and he pretends it's because he's racist against aliens.
Yeah,
it's that simple.
I'm just saying that's a lot of ground to cover to introduce him and his super hard grudge against Superman and all this stuff. Like one movie.
I don't think so, because Doomsday is only going to be in the third act, but Lex is going to be in the whole movie.
Which is even worse for Doomsday. Like, Doomsday's a big deal.
Doomsday doesn't have a character. He doesn't need to be in a whole movie. The whole point of Doomsday is that he's just a thing to fight. He has no story.
He's probably going to pop up at the end. That's why
he's got a story now. Now
I'm
he's
not entirely...
Yeah, well, now he's basically Bizarro.
Yeah. Yeah. It should have been Bizarro.
Well, Bizarro wouldn't require Batman and Wonder Woman's help to beat.
But Bizarro's number one.
I'm still super psyched that Robin suits in the trailer.
Yeah, it
makes me happy.
I'm sure they'll play that up in the Batman movie. I'm hoping. Anyways,
the big rumor is that when Batman gets his own movie, it's going to be under the Red Hood.
Yeah, I read that, and then everyone was like, "That sucks. Winter Soldier is like the same story, and they just did that, so everyone's going to think DC's copying Marvel."
Who cares?
I don't care, but some people do, man.
They're both good stories.
They are good stories. They're kind of the same story, but they're good stories.
They're really not the same.
We got some fan.
Jason Todd was not a mind-controlled assassin.
No, not until he resurrected.
No, he did everything of his own free will. His whole gimmick is that he's angry at Batman.
Temp, are you still there?
No, I'm here.
Are you still there?
I'm around. I'm doing things.
Okay, Civil War. What do you guys think? I honestly, the trailer to me, I'll get this out of the way because I'm a big Captain America fan. One of my favorite Marvel characters, and...
What?
That's not controversial. That's
what are you talking about?
No, I said it because it was obvious, and we know you.
No, I know.
As a comic reader, Cap was never my favorite character, but Chris Evans' Cap is totally my favorite character.
Right. I wasn't sold on him until the movie, for sure. But anyways, my problem with the trailer is it almost paints Tony Stark to be the sympathetic one, and I do not like that, because if you've read the comics, that is not how that is.
Well,
Tony Stark is a giant dick.
The thing about the comics is they weren't supposed to write Tony as such a dick. It's just that comic writers are liberals, so they had to make the conservative side of the argument seem more evil.
I just figured that since everybody loves Iron Man, loves Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, they were going to make him the sympathetic good guy.
The point of the story of Civil War was always supposed to be that either side,
can
agree with registration or against it.
Right.
But when they actually wrote it, they made Tony's side such assholes, it's impossible to root for them.
Sure.
So in the movie, making Tony more sympathetic is actually a good thing, I think. Because it makes it a more...
As long as they don't, flip the roles, yeah, I'm fine.
It makes it a more nuanced argument, where, again, either side could be right.
Well, I like the idea that Captain America and Tony Stark are such good friends now that Tony Stark can get his feelings hurt by Captain America turning his back on him.
When did that happen?
What Avengers was really missing was a strong dynamic between Tony Stark and Captain America.
Or a good emotional story, but yeah.
I want real bromance. I'm so tired of the Hulk Tony bromance. We've had our good chunk of that.
Yeah, I think it looks good. I thought Black Panther looks pretty cool.
Well, I think it looks amazing.
He does look good.
If I did have to complain about something, it's I really hope War Machine is just unconscious, not dead, because that guy gets shafted every fucking movie he's in.
Yeah, no, I doubt he's dead, but you never know.
I'm surprised that Bucky, an actor who I've never heard of or seen in anything else, turned out to be such a decent actor. Like I'm kind of impressed by that. Like, because I've never heard of that fucker. Like, have you guys heard of him or
Yeah,
seen him do anything?
the guy who plays Sebastian Stan, I think is his name.
Can't say I've ever heard of him, but he's a
Sebastian
decent
Stan.
actor.
2 first names.
Huh.
So
Like, I feel like they need to be reversed. I don't know. Maybe
Yeah,
that's
like,
me,
what
but
kind of last name is Stan?
It's a song.
I don't know. It looks
no,
really good.
He's really good, I guess. I don't know. He's young, so he just kind of broke in and happened to land a really good gig.
Yeah,
Well,
he
I'm
signed
surprised
on
they
for
had
like
kind of
9
hate.
movies too.
Yeah.
It's
he's
so funny at
signed on
the
for
beginning of that
episodes.
trailer.
What?
Beginning of that trailer. It's funny at the beginning of the trailer. It's like, do you remember anything you have to remember? I remember your mom.
No, you're right. I didn't think of it like that, but that is that's pretty great. That's I don't know, dude. Like 9 movies.
That's how you know
like,
they're bros.
I just don't want him to replace Chris Evans. Chris Evans' cap is best cap.
Yeah, well, I don't think he will. I strongly doubt it. It's possible.
I don't think it's gonna go like in the comics where Cap died. I think maybe if they do want to do a bit where Winter Soldier picks up the mantle, they'll have like Cap be in jail or retired instead.
Yeah.
And then eventually Evans will come back to it.
Or they might make Falcon Captain America eventually.
I hope not.
Yeah, me too, but you know.
Falcon is Falcon. He doesn't need to be like another guy. I like
Captain
him.
Falcon.
Captain Falcon.
That would be sick. I don't know. I just feel bad for the Stan guy. 9 movies? Fucking Disney has his soul in a fucking box on the shelf. My
Yeah, but
gosh.
they're
That dude
all-
has no career. That's...
So far, they're all good movies. I wouldn't complain.
Yeah, well, I mean, I feel like that's the mentality all the Avenger actors should have, but unfortunately, it's a constant tug of war. Fucking, Evans this might be his last movie. This might be Downey's last movie. No one really knows
look
about
at, like Chris Hemsworth is in like 3 movies a year, and only one of them's Marvel. So it's not like
Yeah,
he
I
can
wonder-
do other things.
I kind of wish he was going to be in Civil War, but I don't think he will be.
I'm okay with no Hulk or Thor.
Yeah, well, I mean, it makes sense for Hulk not to be there. He's off hiding again. But
Thor's probably got, I don't know, Asgard stuff.
I feel like, well, definitely, but I feel like if you're going to have this whole deal where you're making this registration thing be so important for anyone that's powered, but like known powered people, you're just not even going to bother making them be part of it. You know what I mean? It's
Hulk
like
is weird. Why is Hulk not in this shit?
Well, Banner's still on the run.
And they
disappeared
can't put
at
him in
end
the
of
same
Avengers.
room as the fucking Black
Man
Widow
on the
because they
run.
wrote that stupid ass plot point in Avengers 2.
Yeah.
That's the real reason. Because Hulk, if you're going to make a movie about registering superheroes, you fucking gotta have Hulk in there. He's the reason.
Well, I think
that
what,
shit should. Yeah.
what it came down to was probably they didn't want to have too much. Well, for one thing, you don't want to stuff the movie too full with actors because everybody's got to have some screen time and stuff like that. But I think
we got to introduce both Black Panther and Spider-Man in this movie.
there's a power levels thing at work too, because it's like right now the most powerful characters in the movie are the Iron Man War Machine suits, Vision, and Wanda. Hulk and Thor are above all of those guys, except maybe Vision, because he's kind of fucking broken.
A little bit. It's kind of OP.
He's the reason they beat Ultron so fucking easily.
Because
Well, he
Ultron was a
might.
giant pussy.
Like there was no tension in the end fight of Avengers 2 because Vision was there.
Well, there's a lot of reasons. That was one of many reasons, unfortunately. Even though I do like that movie, I absolutely agree on that point. But Vision is my favorite Avenger, so they can make him as broken as they fucking want. If they want to make him OP for the next 9 movies, I am okay. He's not my favorite comic book character, but he is my favorite Avenger.
And it's
Until
like,
my
is he
favorite
gonna?
comic book character becomes an Avenger, then he's going.
What's gonna happen to him whenever Thanos like rips that fucking gem out of his head?
Yeah, I was thinking that too. I mean, they ripped out Tony Stark's heart glowy thing, and there were no consequences for that. So
Well, yeah, they never did explain that. Like, I guess we're supposed to assume that the soup can-sized hole in his chest was closed up by him using the extremists at the end of the movie during the surgery. They never
virtually
talked about
nothing from Iron Man 3 actually ended up mattering in regards
Yeah,
to anything.
Well, it's starting to bug me because they'll do things and not like include any dialogue or explanation about them. Like that, there's that in Iron Man 3, and my biggest problem with Age of Ultron is there are no scenes in the movie that explain how Ultron was programmed to act. Like he has like 4 different conflicting origin stories in the same movie, and they don't explain how they all come together in words. There's never a scene where they sit down and exposit what the fuck is going on with this guy. Like, the movie starts with, okay, so Tony already has an army of rudimentary robots with James Spader's voice. Then they get Loki's staff, and he's like, there's an artificial intelligence in this staff, and Hydra was studying it, and they were building robots, but they didn't finish. I would like to study it and build a robot of my own.
Well, they didn't have the staff though.
No, they did.
Did they?
They did.
They had the Tesseract.
No, they had the Avengers 2, man.
Oh,
One is
that Hydra.
Yeah, I fucking Strucker, the bald guy with the monocle.
I thought
that
you were
was
talking
way
about Red
sick.
Skull Hydra.
Yeah, he was there for like 2 minutes.
I want way more Strucker. That was fun.
Yeah, I did too. That also was a problem. So anyway, so they get the staff and Tony and Bruce in a completely no dialogue montage poke at holograms for a couple minutes. And we don't know what they're doing other than building a robot, I guess, but they don't say anything about what the robot is supposed to be or act like. And then it doesn't work.
You can
And
do
Tony
it
leaves
in
the
a
room and says, "Hey
montage.
Jarvis, finish it for me." So he leaves the room, and all of a sudden, Ultron is shat into thin air.
Yeah.
And scans the internet and is immediately evil.
Well, there's
I
a
think
meme
that's how it
about
goes
that,
with
pretty
most of it,
much.
though.
So he already has like James Spader's voice. So was he always based on the Iron Legion? Like, was he just they were upgrading the Iron Legion? They don't say it.
Wait, what's the Iron Legion again?
It's the Tony robot, the white Iron Man suits that have James Spader's voice at the beginning of the movie. They're used for crowd control while they're fighting Hydra.
That was James Spader's voice?
Yeah, it was. He has like one line, but that was Spader's voice.
I've seen that movie like 6 times and I never picked up on it.
6
Yeah, right?
times?
You don't even pick up on
It's good. I like it.
It's good. It's not great. It's 6
I think it's
times.
almost great. I like it a lot, dude.
So anyway,
No, we are hashing this out.
Spaderbot ends up taking over those Hydra robots.
Spider-Bot.
Are you recapping the entire fucking movie? What
No,
is
I'm
happening?
There's one more thing. At the end of the movie, after Spader is defeated, the scene in the end credits is fucking Thanos saying, "Fine, I'll do it myself."
Right.
As if he fucking created Ultron?
I don't know.
The Scarlet Witch into manipulating
I don't-
Tony into manipulating.
What is
Thanks.
Ultron? What is Ultron? Just fucking tell me.
Wasted potential, if that would be my answer. The trailer looked amazing, and they depicted him as this dark, serious villain, and then we got fucking... Unfortunately, Tony Stark as a robot, which makes sense, but...
Well, no,
It's
it
just-
makes sense because you know Ultron's origin from the comics.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
There's no single line anywhere in the movie that says I based him on my brain.
Sure.
Well, it's very heavily implied when Andy Serkis gets his arm ripped off.
Yeah,
I
but
think.
it is. But
And Andy Serkis was great in that movie. Like, he does a really good buff dude. Like, a fucking gristled, like, British man. Like, who would have thought?
yeah, his character is a Black Panther villain.
Yeah.
I bet that beard's not real. I bet that beard is motion capture.
You're fucking not real. I'm so
know it.
sorry. I am.
I
Oh my god. It's Combat Pack 2. It just
Is it that time,
makes
guys?
me sad. Well, we got a couple. Actually, I made a Facebook post to have people give us topics to discuss because we never do that. So people actually chimed in with some stuff. We actually covered most of it just through natural discussion, like Civil War, Batman vs Superman, Star Wars.
Star Wars.
What else? And then Avengers, but that wasn't talked about. Let's see. We got a couple things we can talk about before we get into Combat Pack 2. So I figure that'll probably be the bulk of what we discuss. But Let's see here. Favorite games for the holidays? Like favorite game so far this year, and that's from Jeff Griffith, who that is Kenshi Master, I believe.
What's up, Jeff?
Can I cheat on this one? Because my favorite game comes out like in... Well, other than Street Fighter V, my favorite game comes out first quarter.
How do you know? Wait,
It's
what?
this holiday season, Temp. It's this holiday season.
I'm not buying any
So
more
before
games.
Christmas, is it just games coming out this Christmas, or any game that came out all year?
It just this holiday season, so think October and on. So maybe last
Fallout?
couple months. That would
I guess
be one.
Fallout. I'm not...
Well, the only
The
games I've
game.
bought recently are Transformers Devastation and WWE 16, and they were both kind of mediocre.
I'd probably say Fallout. I mean,
Oh, Halo 5.
Fallout and Halo 5. Yeah, Halo 5 would definitely probably be the top, but Fallout 4 is really damn good. Really good.
I anticipate liking it a lot, but right now I'm just building houses and shit. And I'm so bad at it. Like the tutorial to build houses.
The building
and
sucks in Fallout. It really is not very good, but
well, I mean, it's just I don't know
the
how
rest
to do
is
it.
really good.
I'm not fucking smart enough to build shit in Fallout 4.
It's just an awkward system how they implemented that. It's just I don't know. It's
Well,
not.
it's weird. I have a bed and then I don't have a bed. What the fuck am I doing, Cyborg? What am I doing wrong?
I don't know, dude. I barely touched it because it's really odd. It really is odd. It doesn't feel very intuitive, but yeah, the game itself is amazing. But yeah, and he listed Tomb Raider as really surprised him as being really good, and Fallout 4 is just amazing. So
I would
Jeff
like to
said this?
buy.
yeah, Kenshi Master Jeff.
I bought Tomb Raider 2. I'm still working on it. So
I
far,
never
so
played
good.
the first one. I did buy it, but I have yet to get to it.
Well, it's like
It was-
$14 now, so I'm
good.
thinking about it.
Yeah, I bought it for
I
like
feel
$12 on Steam a long
She gets
time
the
ago.
shit kicked out of her so much in that game.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like seeing women get the shit kicked out of them.
It's not that bad, and then she kills them back.
Next
But
time we play Mortal Kombat, if I ever want to touch that game again, I'll play when I'm playing Katana. Then I'll bring that up. Don't you hit me, Tim? Don't you do it?
I will make you touch that shield all day. But I saw The Accused with Jodie Foster probably when I was way too young, and ever since I just get sick to my stomach when I see like women cry or women like scream. I don't like it. I just really don't like
I
it.
love it. It's natural not to like it.
I can't get it up unless a woman is
Oh my
crying.
gosh. Dear God.
That's a very Japanese thing, I'm told.
Oh my God. Anybody else? Razor, you listeners. What about you, Justin?
Holiday season games.
It's like last few months, yeah.
The last few months, I might say Tomb Raider. I've been playing the shit out of something else, and I can't remember it, so I don't know.
That must not have been that great.
Probably not.
Are you sure I can't cheat? Because I have something I really am looking forward to. It's coming out probably in the next 4 or 5 months.
You can just say it because we make up the rules as we go. So
Fuck yeah. All right,
You won't-
Kenji
you won't be
Master,
fine.
I am going to pick Doom. I'm actually really
I
excited.
just beep it out.
At least you didn't buzz me. Buzz me, that would have been offensive and rude.
Burr. Alright. So,
But no, Doom. I'm really looking forward to Doom. Actually,
I'll
normally I'm not a nostalgia guy, but what's up?
no, go ahead.
Well, normally I'm not a nostalgia guy, but like that is the spirit of Doom. Like Doom is not supposed to be a survival horror. Doom is supposed to be fucking Ash from Evil Dead,
Right.
being
Yeah, it's
pissed off
supposed to
and
be
taking
like
it out
just,
on demons.
Just run through the corridors and blam, blam, blam. You're the badass.
Yeah.
Yeah, they killed your bunny, and now you're done with these fucking demons. That's Doom, you know.
Isn't Mick Gordon doing the music for that game?
He is, yes, which is good.
That's
and
always
bad.
nice.
Well, it sucks because he had to leave Killer Instinct to do it, and
Yeah.
yeah.
All
And
right,
Killer Instinct season
let's
3 is
see.
looking like things. What's up, Cyborg?
No, I'm just reading comments.
What's the
while you
next
guys-
one?
Let's see. I'm trying to find one. And I'll shout out to Liam Kerrigan and Andrew Thorne who were asking stuff about Batman vs Superman and stuff like that, which we already covered. But just shout outs in general. Just thanks for giving us topics. Let's see. Before we get into the Combat Pack 2, I'm going to see if there's anything else to discuss.
Question: do we want to talk about Jessica Jones?
Yeah, Jessica Jones was one of them. I think, but yeah, we should talk about that. Oh, somebody, let's see if I can. Somebody said something about how come. Okay, here we go. Blake Williams, in regards to Jessica Jones, have you seen it, Justin, before we spoil anything?
Yep, seen it.
Okay. In regards to Jessica Jones, why was there not better connection to Daredevil? Both are in the Marvel Netflix universe. Both are set in Hell's Kitchen. Both have lawyers. Why was there no crossover? Well, there was
Contracts.
and there was kind of a crossover between the nurse.
It's the very last episode.
Yeah, the nurse is there, but
And she's it's weird that I feel like Rosario Dawson's being treated like a B-list actress. I thought she was kind of more prominent. Well, yeah, but
she was
that
pretty.
wasn't a
She played a good character in both of them. I mean, and I think she's supposed to be supposed to cameo in Luke Cage as well, which makes sense.
There's been set pictures.
But I mean, overall with the crossover, they're gonna do the Defenders, which has Jessica Jones, Daredevil, Luke Cage, and Iron Fist after they all have their respective series. So you'll get your crossover goodness when that comes about. Plus the lawyer woman, I forget her name, the lesbian.
I call her Trinity.
Trinity from there you go.
Trinity.
She's a character in Iron Fist in the comics, so she'll probably be a cameo in his. I think she's his lawyer or something like that. So expect her to cameo in that, I'd imagine. But yeah, I mean, there's gonna be crossover, little itty bitty ones. But they probably want to save the big crossovers for the Defenders, which will actually be its own miniseries as well.
Well, I love Iron Fist, dude. I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Iron Fist is very important.
Is he going to be in the Luke Cage thing? Is that both of them?
I don't know. I don't
think so.
Yeah, I don't think he's been seen on set or anything. So
no, I don't think they're gonna do Iron Fist,
which is odd.
No.
Yeah. But no,
I just really want to see Iron Fist fight along Zero from Mega Man X. I don't think I'm asking too much by saying that.
All right.
It's happened, and I want to see it happen
game
again.
where you can do that, isn't there?
Yeah.
It's pretty great. It's pretty great.
Pretty good.
Well, I mean,
Pretty
you'll
bird.
have to talk to Capcom about half of that.
Capcom?
Capcom.
Capcom.
I'm not gonna say it. You can't make me.
You already said it too many times. It doesn't matter.
Here's my thing about like the how little connection there is to Daredevil in Jessica Jones. I don't need Matt to show up. Like I think that.
So you're on a first name basis with this guy?
His name is Matt?
Matt Murdock,
I
Daredevil.
just call him Daredevil.
Did you watch the show?
I love
They
that
call
show.
him Matt about 1,000 times.
It's kind of his first name, dude.
Crazy how often people call people by their first names.
Thought his first name was Dare. I don't know this shit.
Mr. Devil.
So
Anyways, you were making
an
a point.
episode of Friends where like Chandler gets mad because he says Spider-Man wrong. He's like, his name isn't Spider-Man. It's not John Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, yeah. You were making a point though about.
Yeah. It's like I feel like if Daredevil had showed up, it would be too obvious a stunt. Like, hey, remember these guys are in a thing together? But I do think it's really kind of awkward that like the whole movie is about like a trial, like law case, like she's trying to get evidence to prove this lady is innocent.
You beat me
And
to it.
there's never any mention of like going to Nelson and Murdoch.
Yeah,
There's
that
never
is-
We're
like
the absolute
never, like, a
emperors
news
of taking
report in
on
the background.
unwinnable cases.
Well,
There's
I
no-
mean, Matt Murdock and Foggy, they're not like known lawyers, and they're like
Well,
free lawyers too,
I just
right?
feel like there should be. Here's the thing: after the events of Daredevil season 1, for one thing, I feel like their reputation should be building up a little better to where, like, if someone who lives in Hell's Kitchen, as Jessica does, is looking for a lawyer to defend a hopeless case, as she is.
Hope.
Yeah, there you go. I hadn't noticed.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Why wouldn't she go to Nelson and Murdoch?
Oh
You
yeah,
have to save hope.
Shout out to Adam Wilson. I guess it's his birthday today.
The other thing is,
Isn't that Craig Jacksonator? Pretty
is it?
sure.
I think it might be.
I think it is. He's a big horror fan, so I wonder what he thinks about old Leatherface.
So the other thing I wanted to say is I also find it odd that there's never like just like a newspaper or a news report on TV in the background of a scene talking about the Devil of Hell's Kitchen, because that was a big fucking deal.
Yeah. Somebody just punched their microphone?
I accidentally smacked my laptop.
Okay.
But I also thought it was weird that it seemed like they deliberately avoided any time they talk about an Avenger mentioning them by name. Like it was always the green guy or the flag waver.
Yeah.
Well, they did that in Daredevil too.
Yeah, but I just feel like when your whole plot is I'm trying to prove that this guy has superpowers, maybe you could mention the people who everybody knows has superpowers a little more often.
Yeah.
Well, it does help that people aren't even shocked anymore. Like when you can't break Luke Cage's skin, they're like, "Oh, he's one of those." Like that fits.
Like one of my favorite episodes of the show is actually the one where she's investigating a case. Like this lady hires her to find out if her husband's having an affair. So she goes to the hotel room.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah,
And
yeah.
they trick him. Or trick
Yeah,
her.
they tricked her. Like they lured her there so they could attack her because they're mad that like at the Avengers.
She got honey potted.
Yeah. Yeah, they're like, we hate powered people because they attack New York, and she's like, that wasn't me. Fuck off.
I think that's something that's kind of an implication that since the Avengers 1 and all that shit, people are running around with like either cool weapons they picked up from the Chitauri or they're just something sciencey and Marvel happened to them.
The Chitauri weapons thing was a big subplot in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but that's sort of what bothers me about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is you can watch everything else and not watch that show and not miss anything important to continuity.
That's why I don't watch it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a shame.
I do have... Well, what's up, Cyborg? Because what I'm about to say is going to take a while.
Well, I was just going to say overall thoughts on the show. But it sounded like you were going to tackle something.
I really liked it. I think Tennant killed it as Purple Man.
Yeah, he was great.
I think it's a shame that he never actually turned purple. Like, I thought they were going to do it in the last episode when he injects himself.
Yeah.
Well, he does for like a millisecond.
Yeah, he's
like,
got the purple veins and all that.
Like, he starts a little bit to turn purple, but then the next time you see him, he still looks normal. I don't know.
He was one of my favorite parts of the show, but it's not a criticism, but I think it has to be said. I think the reason I like him so much is because he's Loki. He's basically Loki. And that's not a bad thing. Darth Vader, if he was a little more Loki, I might like him more.
You're not entirely wrong. I mean, I'm not
He's
sure.
a rapier Loki.
I didn't really get that much. But I mean, I see where you're coming from, but I honestly didn't even think about it when I was watching it, that he was...
You didn't think about him being rapey?
No, Loki.
Oh.
Very rapey, not Loki.
I feel like anybody who has like a sense of humor or a tricksterness to them, there are obvious parallels to Loki. I don't think.
Well, I mean, it's not just the fact that he has qualities of Loki. He has one quality that I've only seen with Loki and honestly other Avengers, where he's not just witty, he's imperviously witty. He never misses a beat. He never has a truly awkward moment. He's not terribly human of a character, which honestly is fine. It works really well. I have a big problem with the show, but do you guys want to tackle this first?
Well, I don't know. I can see what you're saying. I think it works for him to like get across how confident he is, because this is a guy who's obviously from the age of like 13. People do everything he tells them to do.
Right.
Yeah, they do.
And like
Tell that one guy to go screw himself.
He did.
And like
that happened in Wishmaster 3. It was bad. I wish I could unsee that. But what's up, Razor?
Well, he's sort of like, as the show goes on, he becomes more and more like contingency plan guy, like hiring bodyguards and stuff so that in case he gets captured. And I just feel like he sort of convinced himself, like, I am impervious, so why wouldn't I joke whenever I'm in a situation where I seem to be in peril? Because I'm sure I'm going to get out of it.
That's why it's not a criticism. I actually do like Loki-ish villains, but I mean, he's Loki right down to the glass cage, like right down to the fucking glass cage.
That's true.
And that's my biggest problem with the show, is Daredevil was all about seek and destroy. We know how to fight him, we can't find the villain. So we have to outthink him, find him, hit him, you know? This show is all about we can't fight him, so we have to outthink him. And the characters are all so bad at it. That's the problem I have with the show. Their plans are terrible. I have to go to a super prison, so Kilgrave might look for me, and I might be able to take him out, maybe.
I
If
think
that's not the
that's-
shittiest plan ever. What's up?
I think that's a deliberate element of the show that sort of Jessica and the other people around her are broken, fucked up, not very intelligent, not very good at their jobs.
It just doesn't make for good plot, because after you realize they failed, you now realize the last 3 episodes mean dick. And here's another problem I have with the show. First of all, I like the show a lot, but let's be honest. It relies on characters who are stupid by design. The lawyer being a very good example.
Yeah.
That was just so cringeworthy.
Yeah. I think I don't know. I feel like I've seen a lot of stories in my life where the plot doesn't move forward unless somebody does something really stupid. For example, MK9 Raiden.
Yeah. Yeah, that's basically the
I feel like
epitome
this
of-
was not as bad as that because they had so well established why she might actually fucking be desperate enough to like her whole life is going to be torn apart if she doesn't get these divorce papers signed. The only way to do that is to let the mind control guy out and hope he'll cooperate.
Well, that's another thing. It's like we're building up to her getting the divorce papers signed, and by the time we reach the climax of that plot point, we find out it doesn't even matter, and they're not even an item anymore. And I'm like, well, I was hoping, like, I'm not saying people should get bludgeoned in the head and knocked against a fucking glass table, but
Yeah,
That was cool.
it's like, oh, I don't want to marry you anymore. Then I'm like, well, come on.
I was not going to finish that sentence with the word cool, but okay.
What the thing that kept bugging me. I mean, I get why they did it, but like, he's such a high level villain as far as abilities go. Which makes it really convenient for the rest of the world that he's like not ambitious. He just wants fucking what's her face, Jessica Jones, the main character. Her name is the title of the show. Like, especially in this world where we know that Punisher's out there. I feel like that's the thing that Punisher might do really quickly. Episode 2, I'm going to stand like blocks away and snipe him. Into story. No one else has to die.
We don't know that Punisher exists yet. Like, the Daredevil Season 2 might be Frank's origin.
So right now he's just John
We also
Wick.
don't know that he has a reason to go after powered people. Like, his whole thing is just the mob, you know? And Kilgrave isn't really, like, known for being a criminal because he just tells people to do things and then they're the ones who do it.
You
Right,
called him
but
the
like-
purple guy. Is he actually purple? Like,
He's called the Purple
In
Man.
the comics, he's purple. His skin and hair are purple.
Yeah, that's his name in the comics, is the Purple,
Purple
Man.
Man.
why did they change it to Kilgrave?
Well, Kilgrave's his like
His
actual
real name in the comics is Zebediah Kilgrave.
yeah.
oh,
His
His-
Christian name is not the
His
Purple Man.
villain name is the Purple Man.
Yeah, yeah.
His mother's maiden name was Purple Woman.
For whatever reason, the show decided no, his real name is Kevin something,
Yeah.
like Thompson, something really generic, and he decided to call himself Kilgrave
Yeah.
That's
It's an odd choice.
because he's not purple. He wears purple sometimes, but
that's a little silly.
it is. It's true. Well, the characters themselves joke about it. Like, why didn't you call yourself
Yeah.
Murder Cemetery?
Murder
Well, I think it would
corpse.
have been a great line if he responded with, "Because that's my name, you fucking bitch." Like, that would have been a good comeback. Like, that's my fucking last name. Fuck you, whore. Like, that would have been a good line. Like, I'm not complaining, but it's yeah.
I don't
No,
know.
it was a good show. It was a good show. I liked
think,
it.
as in reference to the people being dumb to move the plot forward thing, if I had a complaint about Jessica Jones, it would be that it's sort of too long. That they sort of repeat the capture him and he gets away plot too many times.
Did we need 3 plans that failed?
Yeah.
Like I said, like at least one person per episode died. I'm pretty sure. Like, stop playing around with this dude.
Yeah,
That's not-
well, she kept... It sort of makes sense that she took so long to finally decide to kill him.
No,
she was
because
so
yeah,
obsessed with clearing Hope's name.
but it's like Hope is
also
just
amounts
one
to
chick,
nothing.
man.
But, yeah,
There's like
the-
16 people died because she
I
didn't
do have a
do
complaint
anything
there.
more.
Like, it's sort of hard to root for her to clear Hope's name when Hope is such a shitty character. Like, she's such a bitch every time they go back to the prison and, like, talk to
Super
her.
ungrateful.
Super bitch.
But, I mean, I understand, like, Jessica was more doing it for herself. To, like, feel better that I could rescue somebody. That I'm not shit as a hero. And
Yeah.
even failed that. So
Well,
that's...
do we have a favorite character from Jessica Jones?
Other than the main, the villain guy. You saying?
Well, yeah, I would say he's my third favorite character, honestly.
Well, you'd be wrong.
You got me.
I guess Luke.
Luke was very good.
I like Luke Cage.
Such a sweet man.
I'd probably just go with Jessica Jones.
He got his eyeball poked. Ew.
I'm not that I don't know.
Yeah.
Luke Cage doesn't really excite me that much as a character.
He didn't until this show. In this show, I really
No, he was
thought
fine in
was
the show,
awesome.
but yeah, still not a favorite of mine. But yeah, I like Jessica Jones a lot and Kilgrave. But
I'm
I
gonna
really
say
like the
Malcolm,
night nurse.
actually.
I'm glad she's still in there.
yeah,
I thought Malcolm was solid. No,
Yeah,
Malcolm.
the Malcolm guy.
yeah.
Who was Malcolm?
He was the drug
Damn.
addict who cleans up.
Oh yeah, no, I like
He's
that guy.
yeah,
Oh man, I completely forgot about all this shit. Those weird neighbors upstairs.
yeah. they're
I felt
funny.
bad for that dude. I was like, you're gonna die.
Okay, another
red-haired
conveniently
girl who
stupid by
had, like,
design
incest
character.
thing going on with her brother. She was terrible.
That might be the biggest stupid by design moment, is when the whole self-help group universally decides they need to beat up Jessica Jones. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you serious? Like, they don't even think about it. They're like, yeah, that sounds about right. And they go to her apartment. Oh my gosh.
Correction. I think Alex Klein is Cray Jacksonator. Isn't that right? I don't want to just start getting people's usernames mixed up. I don't know who Adam
It's
Wilson
difficult
is.
because a
He's
lot of our
mystery.
fans have 3 names.
No,
you
I
know?
know. There's way too many.
A list or something.
There was a list on like the first post we did, but I don't know where the hell that thing's at this point.
All right. I'll be right back, guys. Y'all can do the next topic, but I'll be right back.
Yes, there's but no, I mean Malcolm was alright. He's just kind of dumb. But yeah.
Well, I found him likable in that he was like such a nice guy on a show full of complete assholes.
Well, he did take pictures for drugs, so
That's true,
he
but I mean
stalked
after
his
he cleaned
friend.
up.
Sure, yeah. After he cleaned up, he was fine. But yeah, it's like he kind of the nice guy goes out of the window when he basically self-admitted. You realize he didn't have control of me that entire time. I was doing it for the drugs, right?
Well, that was after he was already addicted, though.
Yeah, but still, he was still fucking over his friend, so to speak.
Neighbor. We weren't friends.
They were
Yeah.
kind of friends. She helped him a lot. Either way, but yeah, no, he was all right. And the neighbors upstairs were funny. Let's try and talk about Combat Pack 2 incredibly quickly
the
before
neighbors
Seth
thing
gets
reminds
back.
me a lot of the Thomas Jane Punisher movie.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Um,
Punisher.
Let's see. I don't
really like Thomas Jane Punisher.
really remember.
No, but I
her
like
from
Shane Punisher already.
Shane Punisher.
Well, because he's Shane. I know how you feel about Shane.
He's got a John Bernthal poster, just like Temp has a whatever that guy's name is, Robert Patrick poster. And John, nothing. We're talking. We
Django
said
wants to get franked.
Oh.
shamed. Don't feel ashamed for what you're doing.
Are you talking to me?
I don't know. I'm just saying things. It's late.
Why would I ever be ashamed of my feelings about Shane?
Don't feel ashamed is what I said.
Don't
Oh.
feel ashamed.
All right,
Your
let's-
desire for a good hard franking.
I'm weak to puns. I'm
All
sorry.
right, let's talk about Combat Pack 2. Do you want to go character and then tackle any questions we don't cover that they asked?
I have no idea how you guys felt about it, so I'm looking forward to hearing it.
I say character by character because that way we
Let's
can
do
end
it
with
in order.
Moltron.
Okay,
Left
you
to
want
right?
left to right? I was gonna. Yeah,
I
that's
think-
fine. That's fine.
Well, what were you thinking?
Well,
What
I
were
was
you
just
thinking?
saying in order that they revealed, but no, that's fine if we want to go left to right. Let's get the good out of the way before we do all the bad. All right, starting with Bo Raicho.
Leatherface. Oh.
Bo,
No, we're starting with Bo Raicho.
Yeah, we're gonna go
Okay.
left to right. Bo Raicho. He was on some of our lists, and he was always a character that, even if he wasn't on our top 4, he was always a character that I think most of us were okay with. So I don't think anybody's really gonna hate on it too much.
Yeah, no, Bo is definitely the most positive note. And I mean, like, he wasn't my top 4, but I'm excited that they would, I think, take a risk on a 3D era character coming back.
It's not even a risk, though.
It is kind of, because they have to completely redesign his moves from the ground up unless they still want him to be the fart and puke guy.
Yeah, but I mean, like Alien, they have to design from the ground up too. So.
Yeah, but you can go watch an Alien movie and figure, okay, well, they do this and this and that. You can't do that with Bo.
You can do a Jackie Chan.
Which is what I hope they do. That's why I'm excited. Like, I want them to finally get drunken boxing right.
I thought you were gonna say I want them to finally get drunk in box.
That would be tight. Like I would enjoy
As
that.
long as somebody dies.
Personally,
You know what? If everyone in NetherRealm got drunk and boxed, I would want to be there to see that. That would be amazing.
It would be pretty funny.
I don't box, but personally, if I did, you know.
My money's on Tyler Lansdowne.
Yeah, I was just about to say.
He just seems like
No,
he'd be a good
dude.
drunken boxer.
My money's on 16-bit, dude.
Nah, I'm just
I
go with
think he'd be
Lansdowne.
getting it in the first round.
No, dude, like 16-bit could fucking headbutt everybody with his
He might
beard.
be hiding another fist under the beard.
No, I think
my God.
he's hiding 2 fists. But to Bo Raicho,
yeah.
I personally, I mean, he's a good choice, but he looks so awkward next to these other. It seems like such a strange
that's the
choice
thing,
next
like-
to these 3 characters.
It's like, hi, I'm an actual Mortal Kombat character. I don't know what's up to my right over here.
It's sad when your DLC pack it makes Bo Raicho look like the guest.
Yeah, it just it also diminishes it because Bo Raicho's great return is in this weird, awkward bunch of dudes.
Dude.
Dude.
It's so weird. It's fucking radical. I don't get it. Like, it just fucking.
Stop using those words.
Hang 10.
Maybe bogus.
Flip side.
It's super.
Tubular is what
Stop.
you're looking for.
It's very non-tubular.
It's the least rad of all the
It's a little
debuts
bit heinous.
Raicho could have had.
Abuse.
Trying to think of more Bill and Ted, but it's been too long. Every time I think of Bill and Ted, just all I get is William Sadler, just more and more William Sadler, and it's not working at all.
So non-radical.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what you're saying is he just doesn't fit with the other characters, and also I think it could be said if they were going to go with one character to bring back that we felt was deserving, he was probably in the mid to bottom of that deserving list of, let's say,
Well, let's
5
just
or
come out and
6
say it. He's not
characters.
I'd
fucking
agree with that.
He's not Fujin, and
He's-
he's not Serena.
It's not Fujin, not
it's a
Serena,
problem.
not Lee May, and I'm not going to include Cyrex because Cyrex at least was in MK9, but still, like, come on.
I think it's so fucking
Havoc.
weird. They have one character who's a true Mortal Kombat character, and it's not a ninja. That blows my fucking mind.
Well, it's because of the guy on the furthest right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get to that. Let's not even fucking go there right now.
Yeah.
That's a bad place. There's a sign and everything.
Any other thoughts on Bo Raicho?
I do have more thoughts. It's so hard to articulate how. It's not just that he doesn't fit. It's that in the roulette of Mortal Kombat characters, Bo Raicho won the roulette. Let's face it, no one would fit. That's not the problem.
Yeah, it's
Nobody
not
would
Bo
fit.
Raicho's fault that he got paired with 3 people who, what the fuck?
I'd say
It's
one
just that-
person would have fit, and that's Fujin, and that would be like, okay, they finally gave us what we want, and then they gave us a bunch of other shit.
You know what the sad part about that is?
But with Bo Raicho, it's like, okay, they kind of gave us what we want, and then a bunch of other shit. Like, do they even fucking pay attention?
Even Fujin would have been depressing in my opinion because it's like we got 3 bullshit characters and a character they had to give us anyway. I would have still been disappointed.
Apparently, they didn't have to though because they
Yeah,
didn't.
Well, and I've been saying that too. I've been saying, guys, we might not get Fujin because if they were going to give him to him or give us to him, nothing's making
Give him
sense.
to us.
Give us to Fujin. He earned it. No, it would have been predictability is always disappointing. And I'll admit, I didn't entirely predict this. I'm not going to lie.
We kind of predicted some of these. If you go back to our when
we talked about 2 guest characters.
We talked about the trifecta of a cyborg.
Honestly,
We've talked about 2 guest characters.
Predictions-wise, I might be 3 for 4.
We've talked about Alien. I know Leatherface has been brought up in the equation. And Bo Rai Cho is somebody we thought had a decent chance. Be it a story pack or just characters in general.
Well, from the moment the silhouettes were revealed, I was immediately, that can't be anyone but Bo Rai Cho.
Right.
I wish I had said that, but I didn't.
I was with you on the Bo Rai Cho thing. I was pretty convinced.
But when the silhouettes were revealed, we were also, that guy's a cyber ninja, and that's when we started talking about, we guessed the idea of the 3-in-1, but we'll get to that.
Yeah, Django, you want to chime in on Bo?
I was surprised.
You were surprised that he was included?
I was. I didn't think I didn't think he'd make it in. I really didn't think anybody from the story thing would actually be in there. I didn't believe that rumor.
I was worried we were getting the story pack, and the way that trailer started off...
That would have been better.
I don't think so, but...
Well, I said off the air before we watched that the worst case scenario for me would be 2 guest characters,
it's like choosing between
Sindel and Baraka.
Shit.
Well, Cyborg, you have to at least agree that Sindel, Baraka,
I'm so
Rain,
tired of seeing...
and a guest character would have been better than what we got in this list, right?
No.
Really? You think...
Let me explain.
Okay, go on.
Because there's a reasoning. If they gave us a story pack, I would have been upset. Well, especially with Rain. Okay, if we're throwing Rain in the equation, and I explained this when we were kind of just chit-chatting before we looked at the trailer.
I agree.
If they included Rain, my stance was still I would not buy the combat pack on principle of A, he should have been in the initial roster, and B, they told us we weren't going to be paying for the same DLC twice. And yes, they can change their mind, but no, that's bullshit. That still doesn't change the principle of the fact that they flat out said they weren't going to do that, and they would immediately change their mind. So no, I would not have been happy with Rain. Baraka, he can sit out. He's been in there for so long. And Sindel, she just doesn't... She hasn't gotten as many appearances by any means, but still, I would not have been excited to see her back. And overall, the whole package in general, I would not have been happy with the story pack, because those are characters we fought in story mode along with Tanya. That does not sound like DLC we should be paying for like this, especially over all these other characters.
I still have hopes that Rain and Sindel are going to be free, and they'll just be thrown in. I still have hopes for that.
So the reason why I wouldn't be happier, I feel like I would be just about the same, which is, I'm not happy at all. So it's not a happier option for me. It's about
see
the
where
same.
you're coming from. I think another reason Bo Rai Cho bothers me is we got not 1 but 2 grossly overweight characters. I don't think anybody wanted that.
Who's the other one?
Well, Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh, yeah, okay. I was just trying to struggle to fuck it.
I mean, look at that belt.
No, yeah.
He's hiding someone in there.
Leatherface is a big deal.
Yeah, dude, fucking, he's packing those Budweisers.
At least Leatherface is modeled after the original one, which looked really good. But, okay, so let's move on to Leatherface, because I think we all comment on Bo. Go ahead, Razor. You can start with fucking Leatherface.
I don't understand. Why? I get conceptually why another horror character. Because I'm the guy who, back in MK9 days, said, don't give me Freddy and a guy for Freddy to fight. So they gave me a guy for Jason to fight now, But why fucking Texas Chainsaw Massacre? It's fucking...
They have had one crossover in the comics that was really brief. That's about it.
I guess, but when... Again, going back to our initial predictions when we talked about the silhouettes, I thought that the guy in Leatherface's spot might be Michael Myers.
Right.
And, when I think of, horror movie horror movies with famous bad guys. It goes basically Freddy and Jason and Michael Myers, and then like Chucky, Ash from Evil Dead. Then maybe Leatherface.
There might be one thing that makes Leatherface incredibly worth it, and this would give me a giggle. Guys, this would give me a giggle.
He eats his victim? Because that'd be pretty cool.
Well, he'll probably do that for his win pose, honestly, but no, dude, if he has a chainsaw variation and his other two variations are teleporting and bullshit, that would be funny, and I would laugh my fucking ass off.
I see what you did there.
I would laugh. I would hope
Just
my
Jason
friends
Redux.
He only has
laugh
the chainsaw in one, just like Jason only has.
Yeah.
It.
Give him an apron variation.
An apron variation. The fuck?
I think he has a really good shirt on. Like, I'm looking at the shirt and I'm like, wow, if you take all the...
Oh my
all
god, I just thought of an
bullshit
epic win pose that they're not going to do. They need to have the win pose be him with the person that lost needs to be tied at a seat at a table with all of his family just laughing maniacally. Oh, that'd be good.
I don't...
That's-
that would make me feel sad.
No, that would be amazing, but no, they're not going to do that. That's too good. With Jason, they cut a lot of corners with Jason, and I would not be surprised if we're going to fucking get the same shit here.
I keep thinking there's another chainsaw guy who talks a lot.
Michael Myers?
The voice actor is, or the guy who you'd get to be his voice because that's the guy who plays him, isn't so like A-list that you can't get him. You know, Bruce Campbell will do pretty much fucking anything.
And when he says anything, he means anything.
He has a thing
That's about right.
promoting the Stars Ash vs. Evil Dead TV show.
He will suck
His
your
chainsaw
dick and
doesn't
say
have anything going on.
gravy afterwards.
That is in line with the real Ash, though. Ash would do something like that. I don't know. I mean, the saddest part is the original actor for Leatherface isn't even alive to see it, and that breaks my heart a lot. That would have been the one good thing that came out.
I wonder
of
if
this.
they got any voice work done by him, because this is probably... He died recently.
That would almost make it worth it. Like, out of the two guest characters, I already like Leatherface more, honestly.
But how coincidental would that be? That would be pretty...
I don't know.
Oh, I hope... The new guy playing Leatherface is a douche. I don't really like...
I didn't see the new movie, other than the remakes.
Well, I saw
the
Was Jessica Biel, or was there a more recent?
The Leatherface
Jessica
one.
Biel is the
I haven't
one I
seen the
saw.
Leatherface or Texas Chainsaw or whatever it was called. I think it was Texas Chainsaw. Whatever came out like 2 years ago, not the reboots.
No, I saw the one thing that came out like 8 years ago.
No, yeah, I saw that one. Yeah. That was all right.
In the aughts.
When he ran out, I did not expect that at all. Out of all having Alien, we all expected it, or we didn't expect it, but we all weren't surprised by it because of all the rumors. But when Leatherface ran out, I was like, seriously? Out of all the people we're doing this, I would have much rather had Ash if we're forced to have another horror-themed guest character. Much rather had Ash, and it ties more into the Ash versus Jason versus Freddy. And I would have rather had Freddy back, just because then you would have had Freddy and Jason and Alien versus Predator. It makes sense.
Yeah,
but Leatherface, when I think Jason, I don't think immediately Leatherface. You immediately think Freddy and Jason, Predator and Alien. You don't think Jason and Leatherface. Like, what the fuck? But then again, if they would have had Freddy, it would have gone against the whole fucking we're not going to say the same DLC twice thing. So,
if you look at its chainsaw, it kind of looks like it's made out of Cyrax.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
Just look at it. Am I wrong?
Probably is, because I wouldn't put it past him. That's Cyrax's fucking... That's his story. That was the
buzzsaw that came out of his chest.
Django, thoughts on Leatherface? Are you here? I think he passed out.
Yeah, no,
okay.
I'm here. Oh my god. Okay, what, huh? Dude,
You rang.
Leatherface is, Leatherface.
Did you expect Leatherface in the slightest?
Yeah, I called it back in the day.
Did you?
Yeah, because he was fat. And I was like, Fat guys. He's a little bit too fat for Michael Myers, so...
So when he ran out, you were legitimately not shocked in any way, or just shocked that they would actually go through with it, or anything?
I was shocked that they went through with it. It's
Yeah.
like, damn it, I hate being right all the time.
I just didn't think they would do anybody else in that department other than Freddy and Jason. I really didn't think they would. Like a Michael Myers and Leatherface, I didn't think they would go to that degree, I guess.
I did enjoy the trailer's, like, willingness to do some misdirection here and there.
So you like the fake out with Alien?
I don't like it as Alien.
I like the fake it. We can talk about that when we get to
Yeah.
Alien.
Yeah, we can talk about that.
Because it was like, guess what? It's not Baraka. And I'm like, oh, thank fucking God.
Last thoughts on
like Alien.
Last thoughts on Leatherface. I don't hate it, but I hate it for this game. If Leatherface was in MK11, okay, that makes sense. But for this game, why? Did we really need that? Could we just not have gotten Alien to match with Predator? I didn't even want one more guest character, but at least that would have made sense. And then we could have got another person. Did we really need Leatherface here? I don't think we did. I really don't think we did. Jason did not need a counterpart to face off. And if he did, it didn't have to be fucking Leatherface. Michael Myers is a more fitting counterpart to Jason than Leatherface is, in my opinion. From their mannerisms and how they operate. But that's
they are unquestionably the big three. Leatherface is not unquestionably one of the big three. He's definitely like
4 or 5,
A grade, but he's not S grade. Like the S tiers are fucking Jason, Michael Myers, Freddy. Those are the S tiers.
Yeah, I'd put him 4th because Texas Chainsaw is a pretty recognizable series. But yeah,
I might actually no. I would probably put Chucky 4th, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Like I would put Texas Chainsaw as like if we're saying S tier, then
Texas Chainsaw is pretty damn popular.
It is, but Chucky I think is more visibly iconic.
Perhaps.
I think more people grew up with Chucky than they did Chainsaw. Chainsaw was never really...
Around Halloween, though, who didn't have, like, a crazy asshole with a chainsaw trying to be Leatherface, so...
That's only because people can't fit in the fucking Chucky costume, though. You're laughing because you're picturing it.
I know, it's hilarious. We're dying because of this damn combat pack. We're all coughing.
I could have gone home. I was actually sick at work today, but I was like, no, if it's bad, it's better I'm at work and not at home.
Okay, so that's enough about
all your coworkers and.
See, and another thing I'm not excited about Leatherface is Jason was already probably pretty difficult to make an entire moveset in 3 variations out of. Do we really need another guy without superpowers in that way?
This
apron variation.
Not exactly known for a whole lot of diverse moves.
Lunch lady variation.
He's gonna have a move where he like charges forward with a chainsaw, and he's gonna have a bunch of chainsaw slashes. But what else can you do?
He's gonna have bear hug variation.
He will. He'll have a throw.
I hope he has a meat hook.
A meat hook would be cool.
You know who uses a meat hook?
Captain Hook.
I know what you did last summer, guy.
Yeah, well, that's coming.
Ooh.
MK13.
Dude, if he was a guest character, I wouldn't even be mad.
I'd rather have Jennifer Love Hewitt.
We're getting there. We're developing very bad patterns here.
You know what? They could have brought stage fatalities in and called it Final Destination guest character.
Oh my god, that would have been.
Ooh.
It would have been great. Damn it. I just realized what you just said. That's ridiculous. But I was gonna say, I was thinking of a Crystal Lake arena would have been pretty sweet, and like a meat locker for Leatherface would have been pretty cool.
I'm just saying, like they could sneak guest characters in that aren't actually there and lie to us and just be all like, yeah, that's.
That's Final Destination.
Environment kills you.
That's the character. All right, Alien. So starting off with the fake out, like you were talking about, I didn't like the fake out because I'm sympathetic here. I know Baraka has been in a lot of games. I did not want Baraka in this game, but holy fuck, if that was Cyrax or Fujin or Serena or Lee May that had that chest burster come out of them.
Oh man,
we'd
dude,
all be livid.
Everything.
We'd be fucking livid right now.
Here's the thing,
and I wish they would have.
The reason the fake out works is because it's a redo of the scene where he dies in story mode. So he's already died. I've seen that scene. So if I were a fan of Serena, I would already have been mad that she died in story mode, and then seeing it happen again a different way in this trailer would be all just like, meh, whatever, I've seen it.
No, but it's more of a fake out because it definitely looked like he was going to be the next to be revealed.
Yeah,
Well,
Like,
it was
he
a
was the
fake
next
out because
character.
exactly what I thought was going to happen is Baraka was going to start squirming, and then he was going to get his composure and fucking stab her in the brain. That's what I thought was going to happen.
Right.
And I didn't even, let me just note, I did not even see Bo Right Show until the lineup at the very end. I did not even
He was
see
briefly
missed
shown
the
and he
part
drank.
where
Yeah.
his hand is under the table and he's like climbing back up to take a drink.
Yeah.
I couldn't even process like the little things. My brain was already trying to overanalyze like the chainsaw and the fucking, even the chest burster. I almost missed that because I was just so fucking like mind broke from what I saw. I'm like,
Yeah, like moment to
What?
moment, it's like it starts out with Quan Chi and Ermac walking in the woods, and I'm all like, okay, somebody's.
that's already kind of weird, by the way. When were those guys friends?
Yeah, right.
It's funny we don't even think about that till now.
They're
Yeah,
the whipping boys.
so
that's why.
then it cuts. It's fucking the Devora and Baraka scene, and I'm all like, oh god, the thing I wanted the least, Baraka. And then it goes to the Bo Right Show, hand on the table, and I'm like, okay, I knew Bo. I knew that was gonna happen.
No, Bo.
And then fucking Sector's helmet.
It's definitely
Oh.
looked like a story pack right away.
Yeah, like, and I'm like, well, that's not the robot I wanted, but I'll take him. I like
These are not the
Sector.
droids you're looking for.
Dude, when I saw Sector on the fucking table, I was like fucking Castleman, damn it, why?
Well, I was just immediately the reason why I
Love
was
you,
like
Castleman.
I was like fucking Sectors because well obviously that meant Cyrax wasn't in, but also but I would have been happy if it was just Sector, but we've already fucking
Well,
had
yeah,
that
here's the thing.
discussion.
Then they showed the second part of the scene, and it's fucking Leatherface runs out of the woods, and I'm just all like, what? Because
No,
how else do you react to fucking Leatherface?
yeah, like he just looks like a silly fucking idiot running. He does. He looked
Which is
dumb.
that's true to form.
No,
though.
it is.
Like,
That's what
I'm
Leatherface
honestly-
looks
I have,
like.
I have not stopped having that reaction. Why Leatherface? What the fuck is going on
Yeah,
here?
why Combat Pack 2? That's the entire
then-
fucking reaction.
My
So
God.
that's fucking
Why have you done this? Do you hate me?
So then we get all the other, like, the Baraka fake out is fucking alien chest burster, and I'm all like, oh my god, it's not Baraka. Thank you. So, I mean, I don't like an alien, but I like him more than Baraka.
I just feel like there's real capital being lost when you give Alien Baraka blades. I want Alien to be as alien as possible, and if you have to use normals and specials to utilize the Baraka blades, I feel like, well, we're not even really getting a pure alien here, in my opinion. But I mean, we'll let the
He's
fans
not.
decide.
He's not Baraka at all, though. In his final, is he?
He has the blades.
Oh, that's
It's
what
the
those
idea,
were. Okay.
The idea is because he burst out of a Tarkattan's chest, he has Tarkattan traits.
Well, that's just fucking stupid. Then
I think it's
I like that less now, and I didn't like it to start. I somehow like it less because it's another cyborg scenario where nobody clearly wins. It's just a
Yeah.
hybrid. It's like we want Baraka fans to be somewhat happy, so we'll give them Baraka in
The thing
alien
is, like,
form.
the worst part of Baraka is his moves.
Really, I disagree with that. I think it's his face.
I think it's just the way he's treated, but that's
Really
for
not
me.
bothered by the face.
If he got more story
two
relevance,
things that bother me most about Baraka is I've always thought he plays like shit, and every member of his race looks the same. So if you killed Baraka, put another guy in his seat, and just called the new guy Baraka, nothing of value is lost. And that's a problem for a character. He's not a person.
Oh my god, that is rude. Baraka's not even a person.
He's not a person! I will go on record, Baraka's not a person.
Oh my
So
god.
he's not a
They're all
person,
the fucking same.
We apologize to the Baraka fans.
right?
Either way, I feel bad for Baraka fans in this because I appreciate
They take the wrong course.
I appreciate
I didn't want to say it, but all right, yeah.
I appreciate the fake out. It was a good twist. It was a good fake out. We all actually, I could have sworn we called that too, that somebody would have a chest burster pop out and that's how they'd introduce him. But no, I feel bad because there is a good amount of Baraka fans that were very vocal and very disgruntled leading up to the game. and that sucks to have it teased like that. Like I said,
No, I absolutely agree.
I feel bad for them, but it was still a good twist on their part. But it just goes to show their complete disregard for like fans and getting their hopes up, because they totally just dicked Baraka fans pretty hard right there.
Yeah, they fucking shot dicks out of their forearms, Baraka style, and fucking stabbed them to death. It was horrible.
It was.
I feel like if you give alien Baraka blades, that's a horribly uneconomic way to do a guest character right. Like, if you're going to do the guest character, I feel like you should have more creative headroom to do it right. And that's just
that's
an
probably only
obstacle
one
we don't
variation.
It probably is, yeah.
If that's true, awesome. If not, then I feel like nobody wins.
But yeah, I'd imagine it's just one. They gotta have a pure alien form.
I'm glad his fucking, like, his shoulder tentacles even look like Baraka's, like, MK Deception armor. Like, I didn't notice that till now, but it actually does resemble that very strongly, which doesn't make sense, but that's okay.
I didn't even realize it until you guys said it, but it makes total sense because in the end of the trailer he does pop out blades. I just didn't put two and two together.
Remember Rhino Alien?
No.
He's cool. Google it. It's good.
I'm not gonna do it.
Well,
Look, I made up my mind and I just want you to respect that.
I think you need some Rhino Alien.
Okay.
Do it.
You were right all along.
So how about that last guy?
Okay, so
Apparently, his fucking name is Triborg.
oh my god.
Oh man,
I
I was
will
really happy about Moltron too.
I will insert my joke that I said off air because it was kind of funny. They should have tried harder with the name.
Like, there was... So in the trailer,
You said it with no passion.
I know. I'm just so beaten down by this fucking thing.
Can I
This
just-
list gets progressively worse.
Here's the thing. In the trailer, we see Sector's head on Sub-Zero's table.
Yep.
All of a sudden, the eyes and shit light up like he's still alive. Then, new guy
Misdirection.
who looks kind of like Cyber Smoke, except, I guess, the
Well, he's got a different
They
look.
forgot he was
strategy guide
blue,
version of Cyber Smoke, where he's gray instead of purple.
Right.
which is dumb.
So, what he actually looks like is a generic, fucking Lin Kuei
yeah.
Mook ninja, Mook Cyber Ninja from MK9.
Did you
Appears
seriously
behind
link
him,
that?
takes the head, and teleports away, like he's rescuing Sector to go start
What the
doing
fuck is
something.
this? I just looked at the alien rhino. What the hell is that?
It should have been a guest character. I'm just saying.
Should be a variation. Anyways, continue with this Sector Smoke thing. Triborg.
So at the end of the trailer, we get the shot of he walks out looking like Sector, and then like his color and helmet change to Cyrax, and his color and helmet change to Gray Guy.
I love how Cyrax wasn't even a part of the fucking trailer.
Yeah,
Beyond
right?
that, like he couldn't even get. He couldn't even gotten like a starring role at all in that entire sequence there. Instead, he's literally just a color at the end. Fuck.
Yeah.
He just
But-
can't get dicked hard enough here.
Here's the thing. If this was what I thought it was when I first watched the trailer, I know you have complained before, and I understand your reasons.
Can we just take a minute to appreciate the fact that hopefully they were listening to our podcast when we just completely shat on the idea and called that they would be all put together like that?
When we split the asshole, the idea
I-
of a three-shade.
I hope they were in the middle of development of the character when we're just completely shitting all over it.
I hope they were in the middle of dinner and they're just hearing us tear that fucking concept apart.
I would laugh. I'd laugh.
I'd
So-
have-
Anyways, yeah.
As bad to you guys as the idea of 3 Cyber Ninjas sharing a single character slot
Right.
is, with one is a different variation.
Right.
I would like that. I would have liked that so much better than creating a new character who steals the powers of the other 3 and is fucking basically robot chameleon.
I agree. I wouldn't have liked it either way, but I agree.
If it was just, you can pick Sector as a variation, or Cyrax as a variation, or Smoke as a variation, and each one has a different name on the life bar, and each one says different things when they come out, I'm okay with that, because I don't like the variation system anyway. I only need one per character. And at least that way they're all in the game.
I actually agreed with this at the time of the episode.
Fuck off with that.
No, I absolutely. Well, I super agree on that last point. But I originally agreed. My thesis was this: if this is the only way we get to see Cyrax again, then I'm for it because I have no faith in MK11's roster, none.
I would have rather he died.
But if you guys want to,
not even kidding.
If you guys want to fucking talk about fake outs, for 2 seconds, I thought Cyber Smoke was the fucking comeback too. I thought he was the new character.
That's what I thought when they first I thought Cyber Smoke was grabbing Sector's head and teleporting away. And then no, it's a guy who changes colors. Like I thought it was another fake out. It was, but it not in the way I thought. Like it's Triborg. What the fuck name is that?
It's like Kilgrave bad, but it's like Purple Man bad. But dude, like if you hear my reaction to that scene,
so fucking good. I'm changing my name to
when I said
Black
in our reaction video where I say I'm not even that mad while everybody else is freaking out, that's because I thought it was Sector Cyrax and Smoke sharing a slot, and I want Cyber Smoke so fucking bad that I'll take it.
Where did you guys hear? I hadn't heard that this is a new character.
It's on the net. It's fucking.
I was under the impression that it was the 3 cyborgs.
No, they talked. One of the devs talked about it on Twitter. His name is Triborg, and he's a separate character. He's basically Chameleon for robots.
I thought you were the first to know because of Moltron.
No, I was just wanting to call him Moltron.
Well, we will. That's his name.
I'm so over this fucking character. That's so stupid. First of all, I'm just gonna rant myself here because
as long as the character still works in theory, like he has a variation that are all Sector's moves, a variation that are all Cyrax's moves, and God, I wish the third variation was fucking purple instead of gray, but whatever. As long as I can pick the Cyrax variation and pretend I'm playing as Cyrax,
no,
I'm okay with it.
No, because you want to know why? Because this fucking character is gonna get a fan base. Like Tremor, like Chrome, like Chameleon, and they're gonna always be fucking.
That's what I'm saying.
Annoyingly
the worst
vocal.
Part of the character is that he's his own guy with his own lore.
We're never gonna hear the end of it. MK11, bring Triborg back. No, fuck you. It's gonna be Cyrax. It's gonna be Sector. It's gonna be Smoke. Not fucking Triborg. We're never bringing him back. Get your fill now because fuck you.
Wow.
You say that, but you're wrong.
People hate new things.
Just like Chrome will one day be a character.
No, shut up. You don't like him either.
I do like him, actually.
You like Triborg.
I like Triborg. I didn't know that he was not 3 cyborgs, but...
Say it again.
Say what again?
Say you like Triborg.
Don't hang up on me.
I'm gonna hang up on you.
I know your tricks.
I'm gonna hang up on you.
Say I like Triborg one more goddamn time.
I'll break your arm.
Say it!
Does he look like a bitch?
Then why are you trying to fuck him like a bitch? No, I don't like it. Oh my god, no, because this does nothing for anyone. Okay, you do not...
Well, okay. I don't know what the difference is between doing this and doing, like...
mechanically sharing a spot. It would do something for them, because they'd all be in the game. The fact that
but
it's
that's still...
guy...
Okay, that still does a little bit for some people, but there's still people out there, and I can't be the only one that thinks combining them all into one slot is not as good as just giving one of them and fleshing them out completely with their own intro, their own outro, their own bio, their own ending.
You're right, but it's a beggars and choosers situation, is what
but
I'm
I am a beggar, and I'm saying no, I do not. I still don't want Cyrax as just a variation because to me that's just a bigger slap in the face.
Look.
It's like he's not good enough, so here, we'll just throw him with these other...
One of my favorite characters from continuity. I will do whatever it takes to fucking have Cyber Smoke back. I will kill a man for Cyber Smoke.
To have Smoke, Noob, and Chrome as the 3 variations, how would you feel?
Is it Human Smoke or Cyber Smoke?
I don't know.
And is he gray or purple? This is important.
Dude, that is a big fuck up in my opinion. That really pissed me off that he's all fucking gray. Even Deception got that right, but
Yeah, right.
you okay over there?
I'm trying to hold it down.
Dango.
Yeah.
I think I see where you're coming from, and of course I see where Razor's coming from. But what if it's not split into 3 variations? What if all 3 variations are all a mix of all 3's abilities? Would that
I
change
think-
your mind?
Yeah.
Like, if
Probably,
you
but
could do
I think that's
Bob's-
highly unlikely.
Yeah, I don't.
Be a problem.
It's got to be different variations.
You know,
There's no way.
there's something else I like about it though. It's also a really fun throwback to classic MK in the fact that it's like unashamedly a palette swap character.
Well, no,
Right.
But
here's
he's
the
not
thing
even that
where,
though. The
like,
head changes.
Yeah,
The head
helmet
changes?
Yeah,
It does,
the
yeah.
helmet changes.
But that is the thing. Like when I defended this idea in the
And the
past,
armor
it's always
does.
because to me, I don't think the cyber ninjas should look different the way Scorpion and Sub-Zero
I-
now look different.
I disagree.
I think they.
I
should
think
always
Sector
be
should look
palette
different.
swaps unless they're being built by a different like when Cyrax was Special Forces and Sector was Tekunin, then it made sense for them to look different. But whenever they're all in Quay, they should come off a fucking assembly line and have the exact same chassis. That's what
I mean, they were unique individuals going into the operation. Why can't they look unique coming out of it?
because the whole point of the operation was conformity.
But they were prototypes.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
that
but if you're going
I
to
think
call
that
them
Sector should
prototypes, then they
definitely
can't have
look
an army of gray mooks.
Well, the moose can look the same.
At the end of the day, they
I don't
only did it
think there's
because
a
of
prototypes
pellet
or there's
swap.
an army of mooks. It can't be both.
It's not like, I mean,
Well, what if like Cyrax was kind of like a bad test, and they decided to reshape his helmet into something more mookish?
I don't know. Again, it depends what the fucking. This is such a fucked up continuity.
and
right?
here's an old.
There
Here's
were
my,
no gray mooks in the original MK3. That's why they called them prototypes. Like we had time to make Sector, Cyrax, and Smoke, and then the invasion happened, and now the Lin Kuei is temporarily dead. Like they didn't finish the automation process on the rest of the clan. But that's not what happened in MK9.
I have another issue with the character. Okay, so we're led to... Okay, there's two things that could be happening here. Either A, this is canon, and he literally goes and takes Sector's head, somehow got Smoke's powers, and God forbid
Well,
Cyrax died and
That's
he...
another thing. Like, what if the gray color isn't actually smoke?
Oh gosh, this just
it's
gets worse.
Hydro.
No, what if
Or-
it's just generic,
It's
his own
Chrome.
thing?
Yeah,
It's
they could just
definitely
be
Chrome.
generic robot moves. Like that's
It could be his own
Cyber
thing,
Chrome.
yeah.
that's his own unique. Like it's Sector, Cyrax, and my own shit.
That does look like Smoke's mask if you look at the gray one. The mask does look very Smoke to me.
Either way, here's my problem with it. If it's canon, and he literally somehow takes the essence of the three cyborgs in, like, and...
Well, again, I think what's actually happening in the trailer is Sector has like because
He
we see
teleported,
Sector's
yeah.
the lights in his helmet turn on. So I think Sector has activated, called for help, and a cyber ninja he built and hid somewhere has come to teleport and take him away.
But where did the
So
Cyrax and
body.
Smoke part comes
Like this
into play?
Triborg guy is the first member of the Tekunin.
Maybe that would be pretty cool, but I can see why Sector as the leader of the Tekunin would want like an assimilation sort of Smoke and Cyrax if he can't actually have those two.
Okay,
But, like I don't think this means Sector is dead forever. I think we'll still get Sector in a future game.
well, my problem with it was what happens to Cyrax and Smoke there, because we still don't know what the fucking happened with
Yeah, well,
Cyrax.
again, in this timeline, Smoke was never a robot. He's
Right.
currently a demon in hell.
Right, and then the alternative
Still
is
don't
he's
know
just
what-
a what-if character. He's just a fun character there for funsies. And my problem with that is, could this roster really afford another one of those? Like,
Yeah, no.
we needed good character. We needed characters that people have been asking for. Your Fujins, your Noob Zybots, your Smokes, your Cyrax, your Sector,
what of the
your
problems-
Serena, your Frost. There's like, you could easily list 15 characters that could have taken that spot instead of a joke character. Not a joke character, but like a fun character like
You might as well
Chameleon.
call him a joke character, because that's how people look back on the Chameleons, and that's what he is. He's Robot Chameleon.
Sure. And okay, if you use that terminology, did we really need that? We got Tremor being like the joke character that's made serious. Do we really need another fucking thing
These
introduced?
guys, the only characters from Trilogy who didn't come back were the two Chameleons. And the same company that made that decision, knowing that the chameleons they don't like those characters, have now decided to make another chameleon.
Yeah.
It's, you don't learn from history, you're doomed to repeat it.
It's very George Lucas. It's an incredibly George Lucas kind of move, where it's repeat the past in the worst way possible.
Yeah. And again, not even in the fucking trailer do we get an answer to the question, where the fuck is Cyrax? Because it'll be a cold day in hell before I accept the comic book as canon.
No, I don't look at that as anything, so. Let's see. Let's cover specific topics here. If we haven't, let's see. People were asking about the triple cyborg and what we think. We just covered that. Combat Pack 2 stuff in general. Thoughts on Leatherface. We know Kyle slash...
Just a big long groan.
We know Smoke Man would like Leatherface. He loves Terradrome, so there's no surprise there. Let's see. Donnell Brinson said, curious how big of a role do you guys think Fujin will play in MK11 since we have Evil Raiden, or if he will be in at all? And my answer is probably not, because it's Fujin.
Yeah.
Let's all just accept that they do not like Fujin. They do not value Fujin. They do not think people like Fujin enough, apparently. Or they just don't give a shit. And there you go.
Here's the thing. If people like Leatherface, and you buy Leatherface, I'm totally cool with that. I will never... I don't ever want to make someone feel bad about enjoying something they love. But if you don't like Leatherface, and you buy Leatherface... You
are part of the problem, right? Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah. Exactly why we don't have Fujin. If you want Fujin,
it's why we can't have nice things.
Guys, need to understand out there, everyone listening to this, you don't have to buy the combat pack to get everything that's in it. You can buy it in separate pieces, right. And it actually... I don't think the way they price the combat pack now, you're saving money. So you can just buy the separate... buy the skins as their separate thing, buy the characters you want instead of getting all four as a group.
But imagine if they put fucking Sub Shredder as an exclusive costume to the pack. How bad would that hurt?
They'll do some shit because they're going to want to make their money. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what it's about for them. They don't give a shit about their roster. I can't possibly believe they give a shit.
At a certain
I don't.
Point, the five of us need to have a serious talk about a road trip to Chicago.
Yeah, we need to... get some banana stickers.
I don't think they give a shit at all. Like, I really don't. This roster needed so...
These nerds. Get out of here, nerds.
I just... This roster so badly needed Combat Pack 2 to come through big time, and it did not. It just further repeated the same mistakes of Combat Pack 1. It literally did the same thing. One serious character. Okay, you can literally draw... The Combat Pack 1 and 2 are the exact same thing, and I'm just realizing this. Combat Pack 1 and 2, Bo Raicho and Tanya fulfill the same role. A character that people wanted and felt should have been there. Okay, there you go. Then two guest characters... Yeah, there you go. And then two guest... and there you go. And then you have two guest characters that nobody was really asking for, but we got anyways. And then you got the fourth character, who is essentially a joke character, but is going to be treated, like, seriously. It's literally the same mistake. It's literally the same fucking thing. Everyone that bitched and complained about Combat Pack 1, they did the exact same thing with Combat Pack 2. Fully knowing, fully having enough time to change whatever their plans were.
You're not wrong.
I know. That's sad. It's just so sad when you look at it that way. It's the exact same thing.
It took them half a year to get from announcing that there would be a pack to showing us who's in it. Yep. And in that time, the game is falling off, man. Street Fighter V is coming out. People have new games to play in 2015.
Nobody's going to fucking play this game again because of these four characters.
This pack needed to have something that people would actually really love in it to get them to go back to MKX. I don't think this was it.
Some people might like play Leatherface or Alien, and of course you'll have people playing Bo, and some will give Triborg a try. Ugh, that's stupid.
I will.
That's fine, and there's nothing wrong with that. But what I'm saying is, are these things really...
I'm gonna play Triborg, and I'm gonna squint my eyes and pretend I'm actually playing Sector or Cyrax or Smoke.
Are these characters really going to renew the community's interest in the game? And I don't think they are. But that's my opinion.
Well, I'm gonna play Bo' Cho and squint my eyes and pretend it's Liu Mei, so...
You better squint really fucking hard.
You might want to take a shot or two first.
Or just close your eyes.
Get some beer goggles going.
Okay, yeah. And then Donnell Brinson has another question, kind of a follow-up to that. Another question is, why do you guys think they pick these characters over the fan-demanded ones? It's because they don't fucking give a shit, and we give them our money anyways, and they don't care. They do not care.
If I understood how those motherfuckers think, I wouldn't be complaining on this podcast every 2 weeks.
They build the game mechanics for tournament players, and they build the roster for casuals, or at least the DLC packs.
And they don't build the netcode at all.
Build them for casuals. I think they build them for themselves.
That's also another good point, because
the netcode is basically made out of fucking strings and styrofoam cups. It's the worst fucking thing ever.
It's made out of wishes and hope.
Wishes would be more effective. They should have used wishes.
Yeah, wishes would be a stronger build.
Oh no.
We're never gonna be cool with them or get any sort of endorsement from them because of how critical we are. You don't get that. Fine. You don't get that from any other like actual MK site. We're not an MK site, but we're just like you guys. We just happen to fucking do a podcast. But
well, ask the Fujin fans how well the dick sucking worked out for them. Ask them.
No, I know. There's no point to it anymore. It's literally no point because they're just going to do whatever the fuck they want anyways, other than the rare case of Tremor, but I wouldn't call that a victory on our part.
Yeah, they literally sucked dick for 6 months saying, please be Fujin, and fucking Leatherface shot up in their mouth. It's fucking unfair. It's fucking unjust.
And so graphic.
Tanya was...
Leatherface is graphic.
Tanya was their choice. They like Tanya. Ed Boon loves Tanya. And she was going to be an MK9.
Best characters among us.
And Bo' Cho, yeah, he might have been a fan thing, but I wouldn't be surprised if they really like Bo too. That's why they had him in story and everything. So, once again, did they really put anybody that the fans were clamoring for? I don't think so.
That's the weird thing. Like, people were kind of asking for Bo' Cho, but not nearly as much as the other characters.
No, not at all.
Unless the alien's a girl, there's no female in this entire pack.
And even if I mean, God, when you put Leatherface in a combat pack, you gotta balance that out with at least 2 females. Because that's a lot of testosterone in just that one character.
There's a thought.
You gotta balance that
Getting shit. Serena and Li Mei, or Serena and Frost, or whatever. That would have been nice, huh?
Oh.
Yeah. You add females and you cover characters that people have been asking for.
Well...
Said we got 2 more fucking guest characters. Why? Because they sell a shitload of money and they like horror movies. Way to go.
I like horror movies.
I love horror movies too. I love horror movies too. I wanted Jason, but even I can admit we don't need this many fucking guest characters, and if Jason had to wait his fucking turn for the next game, I would have been completely okay with that. Because we don't need 4 guest characters, all horror themed at that.
I wish they'd just make their own fucking Terradrome and get it all out of their system.
But no, there's not enough characters, as Ed Boon says. Ed Boon says a lot of fucking shit. Apparently, Fujin doesn't have a lot of fans to him.
Ed Boon said, we're still working on the netcode, guys.
Did he really say that?
Yeah, he said it in one of the combat casts.
Oh, well, that was like a year or 5 ago.
That's the point, exactly, because they don't fucking do it.
Basically, like today.
Promise. No, we didn't say it today.
Don't have to yell at me.
No.
You fucking idiot. Jeez.
Come on, man.
How dare you?
Man, as soon as they fucking announce Injustice, I hope everyone just starts asking about nothing else but, what engine you guys using? Unreal 3? Oh, okay, fuck you, bye.
I will immediately say, how shitty is your roster going to be? Which characters that should be a given, like Martian Manhunter, are going to be left out this time? And will they make the combat pack? Because you didn't put Fujin in there. And how many guest characters can we get?
I definitely understand that, but I mean, like, if they at least got the netcode right, then maybe the gameplay might actually be fun, and I would stick around for the gameplay. But if you don't have either, then you're
I
poop.
feel like we fucking talked about this too before the game came out. And here we are. Fucking, we just can't win.
Well,
That's
that's
not...
not that mad.
Well, it's a little bit of a win because I
was
don't
not
already have
expecting
this combat pack
What I
pre-ordered.
wanted.
So
So
Yeah, that's true. I don't have this combat pack bought, and I'm not going to buy it. So I hardly used the characters in the first one. Like I said, all of them combined, I played maybe a total of 10 times. And that's combined. So, granted, I don't play the fucking game, so there's that. So I'm a rare case in that regard.
I don't know. I ended up liking Connie and Tremor a lot.
Yeah, Tanya looked fine. Jason was okay.
She did look fine.
But either way, it still doesn't fucking change the fact that this was not the Combat Pack 2. And if they even say Combat Pack 3, then fuck you.
yeah, guys, let's talk about predictions for combat pack 3.
I'm not going to even entertain that idea because I don't care anymore.
You guys, I think they might finally do Fujin. What do you guys think?
No.
I think we
It's
should
gonna be
we should take a picture of a middle finger and caption it tomorrow. That's what we should fucking
It's gonna be. I know what you did last summer, guy.
He doesn't even have a cool name.
Jeepers Creepers guy. Did they have a name?
Ooh, the Creeper?
Yeah, the Creeper.
I like the Creeper.
No, you gotta have somebody...
What was Kane's character in See
He has
No
to have
Evil?
somebody from the 80s.
See No Evil, Jacob Goodnight or something like that?
Yeah, it'll be him. And the last character will be Baraka.
Baraka. For reals this
That's
time.
Combat Pack 3.
And it'll say, no, really, this time he's in.
Pre-order today.
But you gotta have somebody killing Fujin to make it look like he's in the pack.
Yep. No, that's where Kane comes in.
Yeah, there you go.
Kane kills Fujin?
Nah, dude,
Holy
we'd have
shit.
Devora fucking killing Baraka again. Have the I know what you did last summer guy bust out of his chest.
No, if
I know what they're
the
gonna
same
do.
scene every time. Yeah.
if we want an honest Combat Pack 3, if we're gonna follow the formula that they clearly have in place here and not learn from their mistakes, the first character's gotta be somebody we're asking for, so it's not going to be the character we were asking for, like the case with Tanya and Go Raicho. It's got to be
No, it's
someone...
gonna be like, wow,
Frost.
really?
It's got to be Frost. Well, no, I'd say Frost is still too good for that.
Frost or the May.
I'd say Rain. No, I'd say Rain. It's got to be Rain.
It's not gonna be Rain. He's too close to a thing people want.
No.
You know what's sad?
It has to be someone who was in the game in an NPC role,
Right, Rain.
who is kind of liked but doesn't have fan demand at all. Rain has fan demand.
Nice.
We have
Yeah,
more
but-
fucking guest
So
characters
I would say
than we do
Frost
MK3 and
or-
MK4 characters combined.
It's true.
Let's
What
say
were you
Frost
saying?
or Lee May are probably, and then you need 2 guest characters, but they one of them has to be.
Related to Jason and Leatherface, so it's got to
But
be...
he has to be obscure because who gives a fuck about Leatherface? That's why.
Can't be Michael Myers then, so then...
Not Chucky, not Ash.
It's got to be Candyman?
No, not Candyman.
Is that not obscure?
Hellraiser.
Hellraiser, there you go. That actually
I
fits.
still want the
They-
Scream dude.
could do Pinhead.
I want Ghostface.
Yeah. Pinhead or Ghostface?
I wouldn't say Candyman is not obscure enough. I would say that Tony Todd is not obscure enough.
Okay, so Pinhead or
Pinhead.
Pinhead or Ghostface, definitely. And then for the third one, it's got to be somebody to relate to Alien and Predator.
RoboCop.
RoboCop, there you go. And then
And reboot RoboCop, not Peter Weller.
there you go. And then for the fourth one, it's got to be a joke character, and you know who that is. It's got to be Chrome.
That's Chrome.
Yep. There's
All
your
right,
there's your
that's
Combat Pack 4.
Pack 3.
Yeah, there you go. Combat Pack 3. There it is. We just did our predictions. There you go.
All right, cool. See you guys next year.
Yes. See
All
you
right.
for the next game.
Looking forward to Injustice 2. No Manhunters among us.
Electric Boogaloo. I don't know where it's going.
Injustice harder.
The Injustining.
So their roster wasn't good. Their netcode was meh. Their story mode was pretty meh. Man, can we just...
There's so many Michael Ironside characters they could have used. My gosh.
Oh, so depressing. I just wanted to
Richter
be
could have
happy.
finally gone to the party.
I just wanted to be happy. I said that earlier today. I said, I really want to play this game again, and this Combat Pack 2 will just get me there. I just want to be happy. I feel like we've been disappointed a lot lately. Fucking more disappointment.
I honestly
No more Nethercast. They don't deserve it. What were you saying?
We could make Warrior Shrine an ongoing thing.
There you go. We'll just do graveyards and warrior shrines for the rest of the
Never
days.
talking about MK ever again. It's all Street Fighter.
It's banned from Graveyard Shift talk.
It is officially World Warrior Shrine now.
It's a bloody roarcast.
Ooh!
And I'd say we
Let's
could
talk
jump
about
on the Injustice bandwagon, but it's going to be the same netcode, the same roster mistakes, the same blah 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 blah.
Dude, fuck it. This is the KOF 14 cast. Forever.
Well, I'll tell you why Injustice 2 is going to be disappointing. It's going to be way more New 52 based.
I just don't even want them to do a sequel to it. They should do some, like, they should all be just what-if stories. And not New 52. Fuck that. Anyways, what were you saying, Tim?
Man. When we were all about to do the reaction video, I honestly did not want to click start because I knew whatever happens, I wasn't ready for it.
Your
Well, the whole
butthole
reason
was
me and
already
Shabu
tingling.
were drinking even before we hit the button was...
I saw I don't know if it was like the Peggy 18 thing, and I was like, do I even want to do this? Am I just better off just walking away now? And that smoke fake out hurts so bad. Like, watch the video, listen to my reaction to that scene. Like,
I literally had a flicker of Cyrex. Just a flicker. And it's not even Cyrex, so it doesn't even
well, the
matter.
fucking teaser picture had a yellow cyborg.
Yeah, that was silly. Fuck that teaser picture. Leather.
A good hit of the summer.
And now I got the fucking Stephen Baldwin of smoke characters in this fucking
And the
roster.
sad part is, on Twitter, they're probably being bombarded by negative people like hating on their choices, but they're just gonna disregard that as stupid fans, and then they're only going to retweet the ones that are like, Leatherface in Mortal Kombat, fuck yeah! Oh, Alien, sweet. That's all they care about. They just care about the money.
Filthy casuals.
No, I don't care. There's nothing wrong with getting a character you like. That's
Filthy
cool. If you wanted
casuals.
Leatherface or Alien, great. But they need to make decisions as a company that first puts their fans first and foremost, and their fans have been clamoring, begging for these characters to return, and we didn't even get Fujin amongst them. And he should have been a given for the initial roster. And yet here in Combat Pack 2, he didn't even make the spot. That's how low in the totem pole he is, apparently.
I mean, if fucking...
No Smoke, no Cyrax, no Lee May, no Serena. We didn't get a single one of our favorites in the fucking game.
If Capcom could put fucking Evil Ryu in the game 4 years later, we could have gotten some classic MK characters and had them sell well. Like, they've already fucking made so much money on the game.
Which is the one thing that really scares me about Injustice's netcode. It's like, it's one of the best-selling games of this year, so Warner Brothers isn't going to be exactly like, yeah, try harder. People's not really buying your shit. They're going to be like, do it again. Same way. Boo. But now that Street Fighter and KI have good netcode, maybe that'll pressure. We'll see. Probably not.
Well, that's how we got fucking Triborg, because they don't want to try harder. Literally, think of that name for a second. You look at the ninja one, it's Chameleon. That's at least creative and clever and cool in a name sense. Fucking Triborg, because it's 3 cyborgs. Ha. Fuck.
It's rough.
Oh god. What have we done? Wasted all this time talking about this fucking Mortal Kombat. Just sadness, disappointment.
It's a disaster and Borite show.
It's a disaster and that's alright. It's not even that's amazing. That's alright.
I'm still honestly kind of excited to see how they manage to translate Bo Raicho's style into 2D. As long as he doesn't fart or puke.
I wouldn't even put it
Which
past
means
him.
I bet he'll be firing.
Yes, I wouldn't even put it
Yeah.
past him.
But
They will go as far as they possibly can. They will not stop at they will not stop at any length or whatever the fuck the phrase is to fuck up the only okay thing about this combat pack.
they will burn it down and salt the earth. I don't even doubt it. But this, if I was to have hope about something, that would be it. That Bow Ride Show will be cool.
Don't have hope. All hope is dead.
Hope has not historically paid out for me.
Honestly, the only thing I regret about all of this is buying 2 things of Mortal Kombat X.
Yeah, me too, man.
I
That's
wanted to play with
fucking-
everyone, but fuck, no, this did not deserve. I regret buying Combat Pack 1. Like, I could have just bought Jason and been okay. I didn't need anything else. None of the skins are for anybody I actually use. I mean, they're cool, but other than the Japanese skins weren't they like Comet Pack exclusive? So those fucking assholes, of course, make the ones I like the most Comet Pack exclusive. Ugh,
I think they were
I'm disgusted.
a pre-order thing.
I feel like I'm gonna throw up.
We have KI. We still have Street Fighter. Those are looking.
Yeah, hey, the
Amazing.
KI, the Shadow Jago trailer.
I can't play KI because it's just too damn confusing, and Street
It
Fighter's
is a really complicated game.
Street Fighter's fun, but I just can't get into it as much as Mortal Kombat.
I think that game would be a better fit for you, honestly.
Marvel vs. Capcom, if there was
I
going to
like,
be anything that I liked, that'd be it. And I
I
like
would
that.
throw down in Marvel versus Capcom.
He'd kick my ass.
At KI's site, they've been releasing character bios to actually explain what the lore is, since the new KI game is a reboot. They're actually really well written. I like them.
What do we do with Netherkast from here on out? Like, honestly, I don't feel like talking about it anymore. I haven't felt like talking about it for months, but now this is just like reaffirming that like you should have gone away a long time ago.
We might have to just hold our breath.
I don't
till
want to
justice.
sit here. I don't want to sit here and be like, "Ooh, let's cover every stream that shows off this character." I don't care about these characters. I don't.
It's really all our bets are in Injustice now.
And I love comics. I love superheroes. I'm gonna get super hyped for that. But just right now, I need to make a little personal note, and I'm saying it in audio form so people can remind me of this. Don't get your hopes up. Don't ever think that they're gonna do something as a given. Don't ever think that they're gonna make good decisions. Don't expect the netcode to be good. Don't expect them to learn from mistakes, because clearly they did 2 combat packs in a row that had the same mistake. Just don't. Don't ever put your faith on NetherRealm Studios, is what we've learned today. Oh, we're never gonna get their support ever. We're dead to them.
Nerds.
No, I mean, we're all such diehard fans, and we've given them so much money, time, and effort over all the years going to forums, talking about their game, getting hyped for their game, getting other people to like their game by just talking to other people. So for us being critical, they should not take that personally, because honestly, they deserve every bit of it. They do. And I'm the optimistic one of us. I'm the happy rose tinted glasses of us.
I'm not pessimistic.
No, you're along with me on the.
You haven't been the optimist in like 6 months.
No, I know, because of the things that they've done.
Probably more. And when did the game come out? It's been like 9.
It's been since the game came out that I lost.
I'm
my
just the
optimism.
way they made me.
That's my favorite thing about this show. Every week or two, I get reminded that I'm not actually the most mad.
I'm not even mad. I just don't care, and that's probably worse than being mad. I literally just do not care about this game. I have not played it. Like, actually sat down and played it for real.
Historically speaking, I think Shadaloo has been more angry than me about all kinds of...
Well, I'd say Temp is probably the angriest of us all, but
I'm
he had the
sort of
most to gain from
But
it.
it sort of used to be my reputation on the forums that Razor doesn't like anything. And now I am sort of the most positive one every episode, because I'm like, look, I've been burned as bad as you can be already. That happened like 4 years ago. You can't hurt me anymore.
But that's the sad state, is the guy that's been the most critical leading up, like beforehand, and has been burned so much, is the
Yeah,
only one that's like
angry for
okay.
so long before it turns to apathy. You can't just.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's the sad part is all the positive people are beaten down, except for maybe Django, and then the ones that were are in your case the negative one has been burned so many times that now you just know better to even give them any faith or any like trust. And that's the sad part is they burnt that bridge with you, so now you're just like, it's all right.
Well, it's even hard. Like, you got so badly drained that it was hard to be enthusiastic. I got so badly drained that it was hard to hate because the marketing just fucked me up so bad. And then they brought it back from the dead in fucking like September or something. And I burnt out. Like, I just got too tired to even be angry at them anymore. Like, when they said tomorrow, I believed them. And it was. I mean, you saw me that night.
Right?
I
didn't care about the comment pack at all. After that,
that is true. I do have to sort of give them credit for, like, I believed 100%. Even when they announced, oh, we'll have a trailer at the Game Awards on Thursday, I believed 100% that trailer is going to be silhouettes. We won't see a single character until January. And they gave us all 4 on Thursday. So, I was wrong there. Kind of wish I wasn't.
I'm not, because fucking I didn't want this kid dragged out.
Might have been easier to take in bits. I don't know.
Well, I don't think so. I felt like that would have been like trying to fucking take the Band-Aid off over long periods of time.
Well, I just feel like if they had just released, if they had only revealed Bo Raicho at the Game Awards.
And then they did Leatherface, and then you'd be like, oh, what the fuck? And then you'd be like, okay, you'd be holding out hope. Okay, maybe the next one's... It's only one guest character, okay. And then the next one's...
And then I'd be bad.
And then you're like, okay, well, the fourth one's gotta be Cyrex or Smoke or Fujin. It's gotta be Fujin, right? And then, nope, Triborg. No, that would not have made anything better.
It's weird saying that out loud.
Triborg?
Triborg is the fourth character.
That was just fucking dumb. It's not weird, it's just stupid.
But it's real.
It is real.
It's unfortunately real. This entire event is real. We got Combat Pack 1 all over again, down to a fucking T. They might as well have just given us the same 4 characters again.
Like I told you before the show, I would have been happier if they revealed Noob Saibot twice, and he just has 2 icons on the fucking select screen.
I'm just... I'm sorry, people. I know there's going to be people that downvote this because there are some people that are happy with this and some people that hate when we're just so overly negative, but...
It's hard for me to imagine people who love Mortal Kombat and are happy with this fucking selection. It's really hard. Because Bo Raicho has haters, and he's like the best character here. Let's be honest, like, Chainsaw Massacre fans, it's a cult following. They're not that mainstream. Like, people don't fucking lose their shit over Leatherface.
Right.
Texas Chainsaw was always like, of all the horror movies, that's sort of the one where it's like, when you're a kid growing up, it's the one nobody has seen, but they've all heard rumors that it's worse. Like, it's fucking like a snuff film, like legit. So nobody has ever watched it. And then you finally see it when you're older and you get your hands on like a copy, and it's like,
it wasn't that bad.
That wasn't so impressive.
Yeah,
it didn't live up to the hype.
I'm a big horror fan. I've actually never fucking seen the original.
I've seen parts. I haven't sat down and watched it all either, and I'm a big horror fan too. But I think it's because of exactly how Razor said. You never got to see it when you're younger, and eventually you get to the point where it's just like, it was made in '78 or whatever, and it's like fucking, it's not that impressive. Because I've seen clips, and it's like, yeah, it's all right. It's not bad. It's not a bad movie by any means, but yeah, the gore isn't anything like it is these days. Which, I mean, that's not why you watch horror movies, but.
Well, the things I love about horror movies are just not terribly well represented in the Chainsaw Massacre franchise. I like horror movies because you don't know what's around that corner. And the Chainsaw Massacre, a fat man is behind that corner, so I just didn't have any draw. I mean, that's the selling point, is a crazy fat man is killing people. I was never drawn to the premise.
Broke my Cyrex.
You can turn him into a chainsaw.
I'm not gonna turn him into a chainsaw.
No, I mean he already is a chainsaw, dude. Oh, you broke your actual Cyrax. I thought you meant like
they broke my Cyrax. They broke him
That's what you
figuratively,
meant.
figuratively and literally.
I thought
Metaphorically, they broke Cyrax.
that smoke fake out, that fucking stings, dude. Like, I thought Smoke was the fucking... Like, if Smoke was a fucking character in the combat pack, we would not... At least I would not be having the same conversation right now.
If
If
what?
it was... If Borai Cho and Smoke were in the combat pack,
No. I would have... If one of our favorite characters was in this pack, my tune would be very different. Or it doesn't even have to be a favorite. If it was like Bo Raicho and Havoc, or Bo Raicho and Fujin, and Fujin was obviously a favorite, but he wasn't the favorite. If Smoke was in there, Cyrax was in there, Serena, Lee May, anybody, as long as I knew as one of you was really happy, or if I was really happy, and in general, I wanted any of those characters too, because I agree with all of you that they deserve the chance. And it's like, no, just no, we're not getting that. We're getting Comet Pack 1 all over again.
what really makes me feel gross is I was maining Shinnok for a short while, and I was thinking, I like Fujin better as a character. I want to feel kind of gross once I dump Shinnok and go straight to Fujin. But now, and I've had a gut feeling for a long time Fujin might not be in the combat pack. Like, I wasn't confident, but I knew, like, there's a good chance he's not in combat pack 2. I don't know. Final thoughts?
I just don't. I don't even want to think about this game, the roster, combat packs. If they announce Combat Pack 3 tomorrow, I'm not going to be the least bit optimistic or hopeful. I don't care. I don't really have much desire to play the game. And I was really hoping this Combat Pack would change that and my issues with the roster. If anything, it just made it compounded the issue, and I don't think they learned from Combat Pack 1. I just think they wanted more money and to entertain themselves by putting more horror characters in, which is fine, which is cool. I like horror. I'm not bashing the characters themselves. I have no problem against Leatherface. But you need to spread them out so that way the MK takes priority more than anything. And there's so many characters left to get that chance again. So many. We could easily do a top 15 needed to be in this pack before any of those characters got mentioned, other than maybe Bo. He would have been in probably the top 10, but still. One character out of 4 does not a good combat pack make. So no, I don't want any part of it. I don't want to. I have no desire to talk about it in a Nethercast. I have no desire to do a Nethercast because there's just nothing to talk about. I really don't feel like covering these characters in the weeks to come. I really don't.
Well, maybe it's time then. Maybe it's time for a hiatus.
I mean, I'm fine with doing like Graveyards where we bullshit, or I want to do more of the Cyborg shit show because I thought that was fun and funny and ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm
and
ready to do
stupid.
more of that too. That was fun.
Except for it's going to be rebooted as the Captain Shit Show because I want to make it its own character so I can just say outlandish things and not be held accountable for it. So it's going to be the Captain Shit Show if it comes back.
And it will.
It will, yeah. I just got to... It's more about having the... not the passion, but the fucking... What is that? Ambition. There we go. I have very poor ambition with things, so... I'm pretty
I like
hit
the setup. It felt very Space Ghost to me.
I need to make it like a weekly thing so that way I'm more with one of you. That way you can push me to do it because I really need the push. Without all of you, this would have not as gone as long as it has. So
I know it doesn't seem like it, but my little segment's going to be debuting pretty soon too.
Shut up! You've been
Really is.
that before the game even came out. Dude.
It's
I'm
coming,
not
I
even
promise.
kidding. I'm not even kidding. We talked about that before the game came out.
It's coming.
It's not coming.
It's so coming.
But anyways, so I'm sorry to let everyone down, and I don't feel like I let everyone down because I know there's a lot of people that are just as upset as we are. A lot of the people that listen to us and former MK fans are just as upset as we are. So,
Well, they had to have known what they were getting into when they saw the combat pack and they saw we released a graveyard shift. They had to have known what was coming.
no, and a lot of people look forward to us just tearing it apart because they're upset, and it's good to have an outlet to kind of hear other people do it. But I just feel sorry for anybody that's positive because I know what it feels like to be somebody that's really happy with something that nobody else is. Hell, Man of Steel, for example. And when I just hear like podcasts of people ripping apart something that I generally liked or am okay with or optimistic about, I get annoyed and I'm just like, what the fuck? Come on, just give it a chance. So I feel bad for anybody that does that. That's in that position right now. Hopefully Razor could have been at least Razor or Django could have fulfilled that role to an extent because they're somewhat okay with it, but collectively we are disappointed with what could have been. Anyways, that's all I got. I'm beaten down. I feel like an ex-girlfriend that went back to her lover after so many months of being like disinterested and got away, and here I fell for it again, especially after the initial announcement when we thought we were getting it months ago. Now I just feel like a fool. I believed you when you said you would change. I believed that Combat Pack 2 wouldn't be as bad as the first one. That we wouldn't possibly get more guest characters, let alone 2. I said, no way. No way, I said. Boy, do I have egg on my face. But I will not buy into it. Anyways, that's my...
Yeah, I don't even know what to say anymore. Like, I was more pissed at the marketing tease than I was at the actual pack, but that's because I just have no feelings anymore. I'm just so bled out when it comes to wanting good things in Mortal Kombat.
We were on life support. They just pulled the plug, and they're just like, nope, kill me.
But it's going to be rough because when Injustice is revealed, I don't know dick about comics, so I gotta fucking either sharpen my axe, like hardcore, or like gameplay it up fucking as much as I can because it's going to be hard to find a pocket in that mess.
Well, for me, Injustice, that's only going to be a struggle because I'm so let down here that I don't know if I can put all the passion and hope and optimism that I did for this game into that game because we've already been through this before.
Yeah.
And Injustice 1 had its own, like, questionable roster and problems and obviously shitty netcode and stuff, so...
You know what kind of drives me nuts, and I haven't seen it yet, but Maximilian's going to have a reaction video, and he's going to be like, oh, this is so great, I'm so happy.
Yeah.
Go Alien.
It's already up.
And that's what pisses me off. And there's nothing wrong with differing opinions. I know it pissing me off makes it sound like there is a problem, but no. It's just those are the only ones that NetherRealm are going to take credit into and focus on.
Like Max is super casual. He doesn't know anything about MK lore, and he doesn't care to. He's like
even he has to think an MK character would have been better than Leatherface. Even Max has to think that. It would blow my fucking mind if he didn't think that.
I don't know. That's what I'm getting. It's like if he's fine with it, that's cool. But why? And it's a matter of popularity and notoriety, of course. He's way more popular and has way more followers and yada, yada, yada. And that's cool. That's fine. It just sucks that NetherRealm is going to see his and give themselves a little pat on the back. We did good. But they're going to have hundreds of fans on Twitter complaining, why isn't this character and why 2 more guest characters? Are you serious? Leatherface? Alien? Really? Why are we doing this? Triborg? And people are going to be upset about certain things. They're going to sweep all that under the rug, and they're just going to retweet Max's reaction video and say, we did good. And then they're going to put all that money into their pocket, in WB's pocket, and just say we made the right call. That's all they care about.
Like Razor said, Max will probably like it because Max doesn't care. Max has no investment on who comes back.
Right. And that's
his favorite Mortal Kombat character is Predator.
And the MK websites do the same. We are somewhat affiliated with MK websites. They don't really post our stuff, so if you notice why their logos and stuff aren't on our videos, it's not because we had a falling out or anything, or we don't value, the things that they did for us, or just I'm completely cool with TRMK and all of them. I like their communities, but they didn't really post our crap. And even Combat Tether posted our videos maybe 3 or 4 times and then stopped for whatever reason. So, and I have no problem with that. I'm not bitter about that or anything, but it's kind of hard for us to, I don't want to mark them as affiliates if they're not actually, it's like we're saying we're affiliated with them, but it makes us look more like we're trying to be affiliated when we're not necessarily affiliated. So I just didn't like that. So that's why they're not there. But my problem is what I was going to say is none of them are going to call NetherRealm out on bullshit because they don't want to go the way of TMK where they say too much, they complain too much, they burn too many bridges, and then all of a sudden they're blacklisted. They don't want to do that, so they're going to be cool. They're not going to be very opinionated on it. They're just going to kind of report the news and call it a day. And that sucks because the only other people out there are just going to be casual forum goers like us and whatnot, and we don't have a big enough voice where NetherRealm takes us into consideration.
That's the beautiful part about the Nethercast. We never had anything to lose. From day one, we could say whatever the fuck we wanted.
And I don't ever want that to change. Sure, we'd all love for them to like promote our stuff or pay attention to what we say and have credit with them. That'd be great. Because I feel like we as 4 or 5 individuals have a very varying degree of opinions and we can give them good critical feedback because we've been following for so long and we're all diehard fans for different reasons. But we've all been there for years upon years upon years and spent a lot of our lives into the series, one way or another. So our opinion should be valued by them, but I don't think it is. I don't think any... Yes, they've listened to our stuff in the past to some degree, a couple of them have, but I've never once seen, other than when Sean Hemrick said, man, you guys seemed really upset. No one else has said anything about, like, clearly they don't take our opinions because we called a lot of this shit and explained how we'd feel if it did happen. Not that our lone opinions are going to change anything, but we're not the only ones. There's a lot of people that agree with us, some that disagree, of course. We're not always right, we're not always wrong, but it's just a shame that in this time we're definitely in the majority of unhappy people, but they're not going to take that into account because they don't give a shit who posts on MKO, TRMK, who are unhappy. As long as they get their money from combat packs, and as long as people like Maximilian or other popular YouTubers are okay with it and happy with it and are excited because they see a character they like. And that sucks. That sucks as a community that we're not... We should get the characters we want. We don't have to get everything we want, but we should... Half of that combat pack should have been characters that we've all been begging for. That should have been Fujin... And your Noob Zybots, your Smokes, your Cyrex. You could list so many characters. Frost, whatever.
No one can argue with Fujin. No one can argue against Fujin. Right. Anyone who says that Fujin didn't deserve to be in this pack has no ground to stand on. None.
Well, there is one ground to stand on, as he should have been in the game in the first place, or in Combat Pack 1 at the very least. So this was kind of like a last-ditch effort. It was already silly that he would have been in Combat Pack 2 out of all of them, but... The fact that they even make that is just absolutely, it's baffling. That's the only way I can describe it. It's baffling. Anyways.
Well, I'm hungry.
Yeah, I'm hungry too, and we've been going on this for a while. Yeah. Anyways, that's that. So, yeah. Anyways, thanks for tuning into the Graveyard Shift, and we'll be
Thanks
around.
For your questions, guys. We appreciate them. Because I actually really like doing that. Like, I love answering questions.
Yeah, we'll try to do that more often. I'll try and give people a heads up. With the Facebook group, that's why I kind of wanted that, is it makes it a lot easier to get people's attention rather than our Facebook page. And, yeah. Well, I feel bad for Shadaloo because now we do another cast. Like, we're just all beaten down. We've already said everything to be said. But
I think he would have said all the same things we already have, except more drunken and loud.
Yeah,
that would have been cool though. I would have liked that.
Yeah, it's a shame.
He'll have his time. We'll still do another cast, but where we go from there, we'll see. But anyways, because it's at least for a potential Injustice 2 announcement. We're looking at next E3 or a little bit before then. Before that happens, if they stick to their every other year schedule of when they announce a game, so to speak.
Yeah,
it's always the year after their game comes out. So, Anyways, we'll see what happens. Adios, people. C'est la vie. Au revoir. Adieu. Auf Wiedersehen. Fuck off.
Sayonara?
Sayonara. Hasta la vista.
Adios?
Shalom.
Aloha.
And goodbye.